You know, I've never been a big fan of Hatsune Miku. I never really bothered listening to his stuff, but I've listened to like a few songs from like what's his name, Deco 27. I don't know if it's he or what, if it's an individual or a group or what. Deco 27 has had some really cool songs of Hatsune Miku lately, which I've just kind of seen come up as like from like memes and stuff, and they're really good. I listened to this song a lot recently called Monitoring, and there's like, a bunch of covers of it already and everything like that, as is the case with a lot of these kind of songs, but like, it's really good. Like, like that. It goes like that. It's a really, really good song. I really like it. I've heard a bunch of covers of it. Some are kind of like okay, some are really good. But yeah, it's a good song overall though, yeah. And man, you kind of really have to lean into the whole like bit of a crazed, demented aspect of the song in order to like really capture it. And I think it's the people which do that which have the best covers for it. I have a tape measure with me. I bought this just before going to Amsterdam the other week, just in case I need to measure things. And like, well, I kind of assumed my bag would be fine, but I wanted to measure just in case. So I had this like 10-meter long tape measure now, and it makes me remember how when I was really really small, I would like use my dad's tape measure to go to the top of the stairs and measure how big Pokemon were, like massive ones. I'd look at them and like, oh, this is a small one, because they have like the general size for them in like reference books in the Pokedex, and then it says 4 inches or blank centimeters, and it's like, oh, hang on, how big is that? It's like, oh, that's like 10 centimeters. I was like, wow, that thing's really small. And then you'd have like big dudes or like Groudon. Like, wow, I thought that one actually be kind of bigger than it was, but I guess not. Never mind then. But yeah, I got this tape measure, and I used to do that a lot, just like autistically measure things. It's a 10-meter long thing. Like, how big is Groudon? Can Groudon even fit in this room? Probably not. Probably not in the room I'm in at the moment. Anyway, good morning, good evening, afternoon. Welcome to the show, folks. How are you all doing? I was thinking of not streaming today, but I figured I'll stream for a little bit just to keep on the vibes for it, because I don't want to like not stream for a day or two and then be like, ugh, I'm all pooped out now. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do that. But I do want to keep fairly regular, because for a long time I just wasn't doing that, and I feel it's better for me if I have some kind of schedule and consistency. Though, man, I did want to bake a cake. I was looking at like different strawberry shortcakes, and it turns out there's 2 different versions. One is more of an American version, which uses like American style biscuits, which I guess are similar to like our scones, but not exactly, I guess. Hang on, let's have a look at this actually whilst we're here. Are scones and American biscuits the same? Biscuits. We call biscuits. Biscuits are like a type of like, okay, cookies over here, like the chocolate chip. That's like a subcategory of biscuit, you know. And American biscuits the same. Why does the sound keep doing that? I don't know. As you say, it's biscuits are often fluffy, often round pastry. British biscuits, on the other hand, are what we Yanks call cookies. It's easy to see how some people can confuse a biscuit with a scone and vice versa. Each made with leaveners like baking soda and baking powder, scones and biscuits are both considered quick breads because they require no rising before baking. When you work your way deeper down the ingredient list, the two have incredibly similar ingredients, but the key variance is in ratios and mix-ins. The way we come to enjoy both scones and biscuits in this nation is from a difference in ingredient availability. British colonists brought over a pastry recipe to America, which quickly took on a life of its own in varying regions. In the South, settlers relied on soft wheat flour, butter, lard, and buttermilk to create their dough. The extra fattiness produced distinct flaky layers, thus creating what is now known as the Southern biscuit. Apparently, that you eat that with gravy, which sounds pretty good actually, like a flaky, crusty bread, a flaky, crumbly, basically bread thing with gravy. Sounds pretty nice, and like we'll soak up all the gravy. Sounds good. In the Northeast, bakers seem to stay true to their more English ancestors, often using cream or eggs as a liquid component. This resulted in a denser baked good with a more crumbly than flaky texture. It is often flavoured with dried fruit, citrus zest, or savoury ingredients like cheese. Over the years, a high rate of sugar in the dough became common, creating a more crunchy exterior pastry that is now the beloved scone. So there you have it. Southern biscuits have more butter and acidity from the buttermilk, making them extra fluffy and flaky, while scones rely on richer, denser ingredients like heavy cream and eggs to get a sturdy, crumbly pastry. No matter which one you choose for breakfast, you can't go wrong. Just be sure to serve your pastry with plenty of butter and jam for dressing up. Fascinating. Man, I love learning about food history and how food develops over the years. Anyway, but yeah, like, I mean, there's two main types of strawberry shortcake. One of them uses American biscuits, but like with like some sugar in them to sweeten them up, and like sweet American biscuits. And then the other one is the Japanese style, which, from what I was looking recipes and ingredients earlier. Apparently, one of the recipes noted how the Japanese style came to existence. There wasn't any source for this there, so I don't know how true this is, but it sounds totally believable. Apparently, a Japanese chef or like food company owner, I can't remember who they were. They went on a trip to America. They ended up trying the American style shortcake. I think this is in the 1920s or something like that. And or maybe it was a bit later than that, I don't know. But then it's trying that, and whilst they liked it, they ended up bringing it back home and developing his own version to suit a more Japanese palate, which is more of a traditional cake in the terms like it uses a soft sponge cake, as opposed to a American style biscuit, and though they both keeps the components of some kind of dough base. Lots of cream and lots of strawberries. Those strawberries are also prohibitively expensive in Japan. Apparently, the Japanese-style shortcake has become synonymous with like holidays, like Christmas and stuff, and like birthdays and stuff. And a lot of it comes down into, from my understanding, how expensive fruit is. Like, fruit is not as cheaply available in Japan as it is in like Europe, say, for example. And I don't know why that's the case. Well, okay, according to the Trash Taste podcast, I think it was, they mentioned how, like, a lot of the time they'll sell fruit based on, like, extreme regional variants and stuff, and, like, price markups and stuff will be done for that. So, I can see that being the case. But, yeah, it can be very expensive. You can get these, like, special gift-wrapped strawberries, which are just, like, a box of, like, I don't know, 10 strawberries or something like that. And they're all, like, individually plastic-wrapped, and it's very wasteful. One thing I did notice in Japan, actually, when I was there last year, despite the fact that they're really conscious of, like, recycling and stuff in a lot of places, it seems like they use a lot of plastic wrapping when there doesn't normally need to be, I don't think. Maybe that's just me, maybe that was the things I saw, but, like, it seems like they have a lot of wasteful wrapping on things, and like, did you really need that extra layer? Maybe it's just for presentation. I don't know. Who knows? I certainly don't. But yeah, it was really surprising for me. Anyway, let's carry on then with Mystery Dungeon, shall we? Well, wait, hang on. No, there was something else I wanted to mention beforehand. What was it? I think it was about like games I wanted to play. Yeah, so I'm really interested in recommendations on like Game Boy Advance and DS game. I think it was because I want to play Mega Man Battle Network going forward. I don't know. Okay, I know there's like a ton of them, so probably not all of them, but like at least the first one, give that a try because it looks really cool. A friend of mine has a shown me a game, and it's what 10 Steps from Eden or 12 Steps from Eden, something like that, which is kind of like heavily inspired by it, and it's like super quickly paced. Like it looks really difficult, but it looks really fun. And yeah, Battle Network, I want to try that out. And like the whole like actually competitive scene for Mega Man Battle Network, it's crazy. It looks really cool. But yeah, there were some other games I wanted to try out. I played Golden Sun. Golden Sun, I started it on stream, didn't finish it on stream. I think Golden Sun is fine. I wasn't blown away by it, like a lot of people. I think the dialogue is fucking awful in that game. Even if it's a game kind of targeted towards a younger audience, it's terribly written. It's really bad in terms of its dialogue and writing and such. I think there's a lot of cool customizability you can do with your characters and the abilities they have with the whole like Jin system. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do there. But yeah, not a well-written game. Though the story itself has a lot of interesting things potentially going on. And yeah, the original Golden Sun ends on a bit of a cliffhanger ending as it kind of goes more to the sequel. Which I was surprised about. I didn't realize. I thought the sequel would be completely different because I know there was like 3 games, and one of them was on the DS, made like years after the original Golden Sun games. But yeah, it was interesting to say the least. It was very interesting. But I don't know if I don't know if I want to play the sequel to it or not. I don't think I was that invested in it. I eventually figured out, just because of its awful dialogue, it's probably not a good stream game. It's just not. Oh boy, it was extremely annoying to play through. I was just skipping dialogue by the end of it. It was so boring to just read through it all when characters repeating the same things. But there's a lot of cool, interesting games I'd like to try, which are like DS and Game Boy RPGs, and other RPGs as well. Again, I mentioned after playing this and getting on the capture card and starting a Kami on stream, I want to maybe do some Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. I did try and play Digimon Survive a while ago. Not a good stream game, I don't think. At least, like, for me. Right? There's a lot of stuff which I don't think is good in stream. It's very text-focused, and whilst I'm normally fine with that, I don't think it makes it the most interesting game to stream. So yeah, that's okay then. We're not in any rush. We can figure stuff out. I think that was what I was going to say. So anyway, let's play some Mystery Dungeon. So, I think, yeah, we're on this, like, weird waterfall quest now, where we have to go and find the waterfall. Oh, yeah, we will talk to Krug and explain what he does. What am I doing here? Great talk, man. I think I should talk to everyone. Oh, we didn't. Oh, LJ and Quartz! Wait, no, that wasn't the voice. I know I've warmed up my throat enough, so give me the voices wrong sometimes.
What's going on here? I just started an assembly here. Today, in fact. Assembly? Yes. For assembling your team, have you ever considered adding members, Quartz? Other members? Well, sure, it'd be cool to add other members. But there are more than just the 2 of us. It would sure help when we explore dungeons. Well then, you need to start recruiting new members. Oh, how do we start? I'll just ring the friendship bell. For you, Team Stagehand 2. Here goes. Hiya!
Okay.
Now, Team Stagehand 2 has the power to recruit new members. Really? Yes, from now on while battling Pokemon in dungeons, you may earn respect from some of them, and those Pokemon will ask to join Stagehand 2. Once you've recruited a Pokemon, you can bring it along with you on dungeon explorations.
I sometimes do remember always want to read.
Oh, what? Thanks, Chimecha.
I had to make a new Twitch because I. What the hell? Wait, it calls you a possible ban evader. What the fuck happened? What the hell happened? Why can't you access your your Twitch? Did you get banned or something? It's just a mobile number issue? Yeah, it notes here as a possible ban evader. That's wild. I did meant to message you on the weekend. I'm sorry, I should have done that already. But yeah, how you doing? How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Yeah. Did not expect that. Straw so. Okay. Check IQ. Hope you're doing well there. I was gonna message you on the weekend. I just kind of got caught up busy doing stuff, and then I was working as well. So. Ah, and you can't like change it or anything like that, is that right? You've all been assigned to investigate that waterfall? Well, it'll be your first exploration. I'm pulling for you to succeed, by gosh. Now you all dig into that challenge really hard now. I'm sorry. I'm very forgetful with messaging. The thing is, like, the time difference doesn't help. No worries, I understand. Well, it's also like a Monday for you anyway, so you've probably been working. No need to stay around. I just realized this guy's gonna...
We're Team Flame. I'm the leader. I don't like to admit it, but I'm very timid. When my members start fighting with fire, I can't do a thing but stand back and hope they don't get hit. Ugh, I feel so pathetic.
No problem. I'll send you a message later on, Straw. No problem at all. Our leader is always nervous around fire. It's a small thing compared to all the positives, so I am happy to support our leader through thick or thin. Ponyta and I are great at using fire-based attacks, as you can imagine, but, we leave swirling fire in our wake as we fight. That scares our leader. I think our leader has lost confidence because of this. I don't know what we can do about it.
Oh, bless. You know what? You'll find your vibe eventually, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, I'll message you later, Straw. Apologies for the delay on that. I'm late responding to everyone. That's good to hear. Good to hear. I don't know if I should mention it on here, but I hope you're doing much better now after your weird little hospital visit thing. We're Team Slacker. We're the Zero Motivation Exploration Team. Exploring is too much effort. Great talk, guys. They are disabled. You just can't do anything about it. I've disabled them as much as I can. Yeah, that's why everyone always says that, like, getting new attention on Twitch is really difficult because you have to rely on people to try and work through ads. And even if you set them to the lowest possible, you're not physically able to disable ads on Twitch. You can't do that. The only way it works is if someone has an ad blocker which gets through them, or if someone is subscribed to you. So you can't do anything. All you can do is reduce them to the... No, you've never been able to do that. I don't know where you got this idea from, but you've never, ever been able to do that. It sucks. That's a, oh, you should subscribe to your favorite streamer so you can watch them ad-free. I don't know. Huh. Do ads give any revenue? Hi, Tiki. How you doing? Okay. Ads do not give me revenue, to my understanding. I've only ever received one payout from Twitch, which wasn't last year. It was like the year before, which was like, not to me. They don't. I don't. At least if they do, I don't notice any of it. It's like I received one payment of from Twitch, which is due to a couple of people subscribing over the course of a year. And it was like a £50 payment, which isn't a lot of money. I mean, it's like a nice bonus at the end of the year, right? Which is like nice. And again, it's like, that's a privilege, right? If you're getting any money from streaming at all, that's a massive privilege. Again, hope you're doing well though, Tiki. Nice to come in. This is a straw. Now under a new account because he can't access his old one because he's a fool. A foolish fool. But yeah, no, getting any kind of money on streaming is like a massive privilege, so it's like nothing to complain about, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not really getting any money from streaming at all, so I'm fine with that. Did I watch the ad? Well, I certainly don't get any of that money then. Like, maybe if you're a big streamer you get ad money, I don't. Thanks, that's like great knowledge to know, Straw, except I don't get many viewers, so it's useless. The way to make money as a Twitch partner according to Cora, do I always say that? And it's QA Cora, but you'll receive $3.50 every 1,000 ad viewers. So if you have less than 1,000 viewers on stream, you're making pennies per ad. Yeah, so I don't get anything from it, basically. If there is any money I've ever gained, it's so negligible that it probably doesn't even add up to a whole US cent. There are stairs there! There's something written on the sign. I remember reading about this in in Pokemon World magazine. This is like one of the new areas, like a lounge or something. Huh? What? Spinner's Cafe. A shop of hopes and dreams opening soon. Win big? It says. It looks like a new shop will be opening soon. Hopes and dreams? I wonder what kind of shop this will be. Let's come back after it's open and find out. So we can't go down the stairs now? Oh, okay. Naruhodo. I see. Oh. How is Pokemon going? Pokemon's going well. We have completed Bidoof's story event. There's nothing on here. There was a little crabby I saw who said that sometimes you can find bottles on the beach. But nothing here, I guess. But oh. Like, things are going well. I've beaten Drowsy, the first boss of the game. Oh, hang on. Welcome to Duskull Bank. Your balance is 1,161 Poke. Store. All of it. If you stream like an hour earlier than you did today, I could watch you more frequently. No. I normally start around 2:30 anyway. And, like, I think this is a fine time for me. I guess I could stream earlier, realistically. Maybe I'll do a whole day stream sometime in the future. Does this guy always say the same thing? Oh, I know he's saying something different. I'm like, another great day! By the way, you two, do you know Marowak Dojo? Marowak Dojo? Marowak Dojo is a place where exploration teams go to hone their skills. Actually, when everything was peaceful, there wasn't much need for its services. Since they couldn't pay for its upkeep, and it eventually collapsed. What? But let there be a rejoicing. The Marowak Dojo, it's been resurrected from the rubble. Back and better than ever under new management. Hang on, isn't the same Marowak there? I can watch a bit more if you come in a bit early. It's a good time for the other viewers. I don't know, I just kind of like this time for me. And I'm going around advertising the dojo's reopening for my sponsor, Marowak. Marowak. Marowak Dojo is straight down here. Your exploration team, right? Why don't go test your dojo? These look cool. We're finding new places where no one's gone before. We slash our way through deep woods and with our sharp claws. God, I love Zangoose. When I went to Japan, I got a little plushie of Zangoose. Zangoose is so cool. I had a Zangoose in Pokemon Y, and I called him Kratos. And I'm like, yeah, he's so good. We're Team Razorwind with a sharp clawed trip. Man, what a cool man! Those guys are awesome. Wish I could be like them. Instead, I'm a fucking turtle and an elephant. What a mess. Hey, it's these little guys. Cheaper items, greater value. Oh, is that the link shop or something? What items do I have even? Oh. Ba-ba-da. I should probably store some things away, shouldn't I? Okay, what don't I need? I don't need all these blast seeds. Cute factor versus edgy factor, choose one. I like how edgy Zangoose is. Zangoose is so freaking cool. Like, God, he's just such a badass. And, or Renberry. Oh, that's one of those fake ones, isn't it? I can throw that at someone. Whoops. I'll get rid of all these peachy berries, I guess. Oh, get rid of the white gummy, because we want to save those, don't we? Wait, hang on. Don't you need to store everything in order to enter Marowak Dojo? I remember this, because I remember losing a bunch of, like, Reviver Seeds. Like, oh no, why have I lost them? It's because it, like, gets rid of all your items and you go to Marowak Dojo. I don't know if that's the same in this one. Can't be edgy if you have to be verbally abundant. So edgy characters are often more silent. Doesn't seem close to shut anytime. Your partner doesn't seem close to shut anytime soon. What? It wasn't in red or blue. You keep your items in the red and blue version. I thought it was in this one. I don't know what you mean by, like, wait, close to shut anytime soon? What do you mean, Ticket? Was that a was that a misspelling? I'm gonna assume that was a misspelling. Wait, I need to go to the Cape. The Cape with the blah 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 blah. The Cape with the Doug Trio. Oh, okay. We wish that we were like the sea before us. Expansive, deep of heart. Oh, sea, hear me. Oh, sea, teach me. Oh, sea, understand me. Damn, bro. The very talkative. Yeah. I get it now. Yeah. I mean, we discussed this before, right? Like, your character technically does talk, but, like, only to themselves, and anything they explain, any dialogue they would say to someone else is just, like 9 times out of 10 is just kind of, like, them speaking out loud. Okay, I think we'll do, like, a more, like, Eastern Master for Marowak. Considering that Makuhita Dojo in the first game, like, welcome to the Makuhita Dojo, where you come to get shredded. Oh yeah, the visitors, finally, my first visitors. Welcome to Marowak Dojo. This is my place. It's dedicated to training the exploration teams. The dojo went to wreck and ruin, then to a pile of rubble, but it has now risen from the dust to its former glory. But I haven't had any visitors. There hasn't even been one. It's turned me to my very marrow. That's a good joke. But then, along came you two. You are my first customers. From my very marrow, I'm feeling overjoyed. I don't even want money. Keep it, just train here. That's all I ask. Thank you, sure, appreciate it. Oh yeah, and I need to actually follow on this one because your old one's gone. Can you get your old account back, actually? Is that a thing you can potentially do? That's all I ask. That's the entrance to the training mazes. I have to tell you one thing. Training mazes aren't like ordinary dungeons. There's this icky part, you see. When you go in, you hand over everything that's in your treasure bag. To avoid losing the items in your treasure bag, put them in the Kangaskhan storage before you go in. There's more. If you get KO'd, you don't lose the new money and items that you found in the maze. You get to keep them. There's no risk to you, so you can go all out when you train. So yes, make me happy. Train your team here. How about it? I can get it back with just a hassle to do right now with watching, so I just use a different email. Fair enough, fair enough. It seems like a lot more hassle to make a whole new account as well, though. Okay, let's try out the Marowak Dojo. We're going to do a training arc. Ah, I see. Do you still have your, like, Instagram where you draw stuff? I'm not sure if you do still. Oh, they have like multiple types. Fascinating. Rock, water. What's weak against grass? Rock and water. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, we put away all our items, so we don't need them. What a great meal. Oh, ooh. This is funky. Damn, I like this. Ooh, ooh, baby. This is nice. Huh. Well, that was easy. Man, they're being really generous with the stairs around here, aren't they? Would it be for them to keep your bag and give you empty? How difficult would it be for them to keep your bag and give you an empty one for this dojo? Oh, I'm almost dead. I should probably absorb. I didn't know how much damage I can. That would be convenient. Yeah, it would be. But alas, we're not in a world of conveniences. We're in a world of contrivances. Doesn't that do... Oh, no. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, so they don't have quadruple weakness in this game, and they also don't have, like, immunities. Is that correct? Which, for their own balancing sakes, I guess makes sense. Granted, they also just have, like, a generic attack button, which... That does a lot of damage. Why is that doing so much damage? It's a water type. Jesus Christ. No, my money! It was mine for the taking. They have made me a poorer man. Let's leave that one there. Oh yeah, I didn't have any items to throw at it. Yours! This would be like dropping all your items every time you enter the battle. Oh, you mean in like the battle frontier and stuff? Yeah, that would suck. Oh. Oh dear. Hmm. Ain't no way you just came in and said Mortis. Tiki, you asshole. Mortis. Man, I thought I'd be able to get through that no problem with a type advantage, but I guess not. Ugh, you couldn't get through. But one must try again and again the fate's failure. That's why everyone grows up. I'll try harder. I expect you to do the same. And going to bed, no problem, so... No problem, so? Straw, bleh. Have a good night, my dude. Keep well. I'll message you later on. We're gonna try this again. I think this is winnable. Don't be cringe in my chat, Straw. That's cringe. Wait, hang on. Why did that do so much damage? Where earlier on it wasn't doing anything for that guy. Was that guy at a higher level or something? Okay. Nice. Vampy got all those bonuses there. And it what I hate it when they okay, hang on. You know what? I want to actually take advantage of this boost Vampy's just got. So let's actually like use it. I love this theme, by the way. Great music. It kind of reminds me of Klonoa a little bit. You Klonoa? It kind of when the weird little chimes come on, it really reminds you of Klonoa a lot. Okay, but yeah, you don't have any immunities or ×4 weaknesses in this, do you? Oh, that reminds me. I remember hearing that there's just like one NPC in Pokemon X and Y who does like inverse battles, which are like battles which are done. I learned from Bidoo's episode that bonuses stay the whole floor. Oh, you learned from Bidoo. Yeah, but they don't like leave. They don't. Only if you like. They only last until you either leave the floor or you step on a wonder tile. I should not be so cocky. It's so that you can absorb health, which they don't actually have as well. Oh god. That's a lot considering you can be almost immune to all the mons on the floor. Why did that not hit? Okay. Finally. You got one level at least. I need something to like up Quartz's IQ to make him more of like a powerhouse, because if he gets ancient power bonuses, he can really like rack up damage quickly. Oh yeah, they have a bunch of defense boosts now, don't they? Let's try this. So, oh, actually, hang on. Because they say the whole floor, I can just like start the floor off by just stacking a bunch of withdrawals, can't I? Ooh, wait, hang on. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, you can just stack up bonuses from the beginning of the game. Naruhodo. Hang on, wait, when do I next level up? Stat boost is +6, so still like in the normal games. Oh no, I was gonna say, yeah, there's an NPC who you can meet in X and Y, who does like what is it? He does like inversion battles, called inversion battles, which like change all the stat boosts you get. No, they change all the type matchups of the game around, and there's apparently like a bit of a competitive scene which has kind of been come up around this really underused mechanic. Like, it's really underutilized. This is only one guy in the game. There's a whole thing about it which has encouraged this like whole new meta game. Like Pokemon, which are normally seen as pretty terrible, are actually really good in inverse battle. Like many steel types are actually terrible in it. Like Dialga, you know, well regarded as one of the strongest Pokemon around, is so bad that it's actually not an uber tier Pokemon, because steel type is not very good in inversion battles, which is wild. Yeah. Okay, nice. Go to level 11, finally. Do I recover any MP from any? I don't get it. Recover any ghost. Well, actually, another thing. There's no immunities in inverse battle. I think the counter is not very effective. And as well as all the other type matchups being reversed. So yeah, Ghost and Dark, yeah, no, they're no longer immune to everything anymore. I don't think. I don't think there is anything immune to everything. Or, yeah, because there's no immunities in the game. I guess, like... Well, hang on. So ground normally does nothing to electric. No, ground is normally super effective against electric. But if you have levitate... Yeah, no, I guess if you're like Electros, you still can't be hit by anything because you're electric type with levitate. Actually, hang on. Yeah, wait, no, hang on. But yeah, the only real interaction in the type chart is with ground, isn't it? And like electric resists. No, hang on, wait, no. Are they weak to water then? Do they resist water? What do electric types resist? Because whatever electric type resists is what they're weak against now in inverse battles. Why is this thing doing so many attacks? God damn it. No, I knew that. I'm thinking about electric types because like, Electros famously doesn't have any weaknesses. Okay, well this is really hard actually. It seems so. I don't think I'm gonna. What's the recommended level for doing these areas? Is there one? What about the normal and flying maze? I'll probably get killed there. Maybe electric steel. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. And like, I was thinking about Electros, which is like normally like Electros is normally like what do you call it? Electros is normally a electric type with levitate, so it doesn't have any weaknesses. Regarding flying types, so they resist rock. They don't have an immunity to ground anymore because there's no immunities, I don't think. So I think they just resist ground. They also resist electric. But they're weak to... No, I think they are weak to bug. Or they do half damage to bug. Something like that. Flying type... Yeah, the bug would resist fighting. Would resist flying. What is normally... Yeah, so what's normally strong as flying? Rock and electric, right? And ice as well. It now resists all of those. Yeah, and it resists all of those instead of being weak against them. And what's flying effective against? Bug, grass. Is that it? Bug and grass? I feel like there should be something else. Either way, bug and grass types would now resist flying. I guess that means that like grass types are actually super defensive because and bug types as well because their plethora of weaknesses aren't an issue anymore. Yeah. Ghosts no longer point guns at each other. Flying is good against fighting. Oh, you're right. Yeah. So fighting would resist flying now. They wouldn't be effective against because it would be normal effective against it. I think. I don't think unless flying resists fighting. If flying resists fighting, fighting will be super effective against it now. Yeah, if flying resists fighting, which I don't know if they do, I can't remember. But if they resist fighting, they now are weak to fighting. But they also have a normal type, a lot of flying types, which is weak to fighting, which they now resist it. So a lot of normal flying types have to be neutral to it anyway, because any kind of flying weakness, any kind of flying type weakness to fighting will be undone by the normal type resistance to fighting. But yeah, ghosts and dragons aren't like pointing guns at each other. Now they're just kind of like, it's an unstoppable wall meets another unstoppable wall. Just trying to tickle each other to death, basically. Let's sell an escape orb. Ponder my orb. These aren't worth anything. What the hell? Why does it say... Hell nah. Why are you... selling me only buying it for one? I find that more often. Well, the thing is, water normally resists water, so they'd actually be super effective against water now. Big on, boss. Yeah, like, a lot of like types which are this Oh. There we go, they're banned now. Yeah, a lot of types which are normally the same that kind of resist each other. But I guess now they're weak to each other. So yeah, water would actually be super effective against water. And like fire would be effective against fire. But this doesn't get through abilities, mind you. Like something like flash fire or something like that, or volt absorb, would still make you immune to that type. Because that's just how the ability works. It only changes the type chart, not how abilities work, to my understanding. Okay, let's get out some items and go to this waterfall place. One day we will be strong enough to go through Marak Dojo. But not yet. We need more team members. And we also need to get some more gummies to, you know, actually be able to do things. Okay. So, what do I need here? Tell you what, I should probably take all of these, right? Wait, is Ancient Power Class a special move? It is, right? Okay, take this. It's a permanent boost to stats. I think it is, right? Take that. Freeze Dry can even freeze water types. Yeah. Well, no, Freeze Dry is an ice move, but water normally resists ice. Oh, actually, the other thing. Water normally resists ice, but Freeze Dry is super effective against it anyway. Water will be weak against ice. Something which people have brought up in the past, which I think will be a good buff to ice types. So, water normally resists ice. I think ice should also resist water, right? If you add ice to water, a small amount of ice to water, it will melt. But if you add a small amount of water to a large amount of ice, it will just freeze up and create more ice. Right? Yeah, ice type should resist water, just to buff them. Because the ice still needs buffs. I don't care what anyone says, ice still needs buffs. Whilst Scarlet and Violet went away in improving them without changing the weather conditions for them, they still need a lot more to even be worth using a lot of the time. And there's a lot of cool ice types I like. One of my favorite Pokemon is Weavile. I love that guy. So cool. Yeah, no, that's it. In inverse battles, grass type and bug type and ice type are all like really quite good because they're all quite bulky. They have a lot of really solid resistances, and it's why like steel, rock as well. I guess that's probably pretty decent. Rock's pretty infamous for, despite being a predominantly defensive typing, having lots of really bad type matchups. But they're so good. They're so good. Makes enemies terrified. Let's take the faux fear orb. We need to revive us here just in case. Oh, a green gummy. No green. We need a grass gummy, don't we? If it's so. Raises your level by 1. Oh my god, that's so good. Let's take some gravel rock. No. Let's take some geo pebbles as well, just in case. Actually, let's take the sticks. Just to use them. Man, we was recently replaced by Chien-Pao, but of course it's a legendary. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know. Man, I remember when like Scarlet, you know when like Dexit, people refer to it as Dexit, right? When like they removed a lot of the Pokemon from like they removed a lot of the Pokemon from the games for Sword and Shield, and a lot of people are like, they're like removing all the Pokemon. They've said it's like for improve the quality of the game and for balance. I look like, improve the quality of the game. The game looks terrible. And like, yeah, it did look terrible. I think more important than that though is that the game was completely unbalanced mess. It introduced fucking Zacian, who was, and eventually the DLC, they introduced the fucking horse things. I can't remember their names. I didn't play Scarlet. I've not played, I don't have a Wii, or a Switch even, so I've not played them, but I know they exist. They introduced the Zacian and the fucking horse dude. And I'm like, These things are the most broken things ever made. What the fuck are you talking about? Balancing the game out. Get out of here, you fucking assholes. This is why I should sort of apply a rule to limit the amount of legendary teams, because every mon is equally... No, yeah. I mean, a lot of people have like goodwill and stuff. I mean, like, always in like Smogon and like other fan-made formats. That's the point of having fan-made tier systems, to like try and like make it so that you can use what the Pokemon you want to use. But yeah, a lot of them are not balanced, and it sucks. One thing I really kind of wish was the case from the old games. I kind of wish that like Marowak was a ghost type, like ground ghost, like just so it adds some more diversity to the Pokemon pool in the first game, and also because it makes so much sense. Like there's that whole story where Marowak is killed, and you have to haunt it. You have to stop its evil spirit from causing chaos, and yeah, it sucks. And I kind of wish that Marowak was a ground ghost type. Even if it was one of those where it didn't learn any ghost moves in the first game, rather it was just there for defensive purposes. Like, Pinsir was a bug type, or is a bug type, but learned no bug type moves in the first game, because there was not really any bug type moves. And the strongest bug move in Generation 1 was Twin Needle, which is a move exclusively used by Beedrill. So, yeah. Not a great showing for bug. Base stats of Legend are much higher, true. I know in, one of them, probably... Oh, I missed what I was saying then.
So this is the waterfall cave.
Yow! Hang on, wait, so one of the most popular fan forms is Little Cup, which originally comes from Pokemon Stadium, where the rules are very simple, right? Where any Pokemon who is a base level Pokemon who can evolve can be used in Little Cup. Now, Stadium, that's a really cool idea, and everything's at level 5 as well, because it's all babies, right? Actually, I want to play Stadium on stream. Would Stadium be a cool game to stream, like doing like rental teams? I know it can be pretty difficult because a lot of the rental teams are really bad, but I was thinking maybe, because my experience with Stadium is really funny. Like, it's great to learn the basics too. Like, it has a school. Oh, that's awesome, man. There's so many cool things in Stadium. I remember I had like a friend who was from Brazil, right, when it was very, very small, very small, and he was like, I'm not Brazilian, I'm Portuguese. And I'm like, okay, but you're from Brazil. I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyway, and I go to his house, and we played Pokemon Stadium, and I was like, holy shit, this game is awesome. But yeah, maybe we should play Pokemon Stadium on stream. I don't know if that would be a good game to stream for a lot. That's really cool. It gives you like battle theory questions, like a whole Pokemon school like they have in the later games. That's awesome. But yeah, man, I want to play Stadium on stream. Maybe after this, or maybe... No, okay. I want to play Mega Man Battle Network on stream. I want to play Pokemon. I want to play Digimon story games, the ones on PlayStation. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, is it? And yeah, Hacker's Memory, I think they're called. They'd be cool. And then I can show off Digimon. And it's the year... There's a new Digimon series. By the way, yeah. There was a whole convention, by the way, recently for Digimon Con, and it showed that there's going to be a new anime series airing this year, brand new series. Very enjoyable for you. You think so? Yeah, man, like, I was saying earlier, Straw, who was in earlier, he showed me a while ago this game called 12 Steps from Eden, which is kind of like an indie game heavily inspired by Battle Network, and, man, it looks really cool. Difficult as hell, but cool. When like, man, I want to try Battle Network. Yeah, and I know. I just really like the idea of like DS and Game Boy RPGs, right? Like, I love Etrian Odyssey. I played Etrian Odyssey 4 on 3DS. What a great game! Like, the story is it's not what you're playing it for. I think in terms of just like a fun game with a cool gameplay loop and difficulty curve, like, Etrian Odyssey is really cool. I actually had a weird thing with Etrian Odyssey 4 where I beat the final boss, and I thought it was kind of easy, actually. I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was easier than I thought it was going to be. And it was kind of like one of the things that, you know what? Yeah, it maybe was a bit easier than I thought, but I'm glad it was, because this is a really difficult game where I learned the mechanics for, and I was able to win because I had learned the mechanics of the game by that point. So it really felt like a lesson where a really earned victory, you know? The water is coming down hard. Also, yeah, actually, yeah. It's really funny that in, like, I think it's Etrian Odyssey 1, And the remaster they did, I think on Switch or something. I can't remember. But like you can have like a whole party of healers, and they're like the most broken characters in the game. Like Etrian Odyssey 1 has like is infamous for having like, really broken healers. It's awesome. You never played Etrian Odyssey, give it a go. It's really really fun. But yeah, Mega Man. I played Golden Sun on stream. I didn't finish it on stream. I finished it off stream because I have issues with Golden Sun. I know a lot of people really like Golden Sun. It holds a special place for a lot of people, and I get it. I do. Some of the worst written dialogue I've ever seen in a game. It's so bad. It's written so terribly. Terrible writing in that game. A lot of cool stuff to like about it, though. Cool soundtrack, cool sprite art with like the whole like Mode 7 kind of thing to give you cool perspective in battle. Really interesting combat system, which I really didn't understand all of until after I played the game, honestly. I have not played any of the Tales of games, so my experience with Tales of is actually watching other people play them, really. I watched a family member of mine play, I want to say Symphonia and Vesperia, and also, oh, is it Xillia or Exilia? I don't know how you say it, that one. And I have played some of the demo, I think, for, was it Tales of Berserk? Berserkia? Berseria? Something like that? I played a demo of that, and I thought that was pretty cool. Did I play a demo for it? I think so. Anyway, I thought that one looked pretty cool. I played a demo for one of them, and my experience with them is very, very brief, but they look really cool. I wouldn't mind trying them out sometime. Yeah. I'm sure I'd like them, right? Like, I'm sure I'd like Tales of if I gave them actually an honest try, you know what I mean? What Tales game would you recommend starting off with? I've heard that Tales of Symphonia 2 is terrible. At least that's what I've heard. I know Tales of Symphonia 1 is like a fan favorite, and I think a part of that is because a lot of it is like it was a lot of people's first introduction to the series on the GameCube. But I've heard that the sequel, Dawn of the New World, is meant to be really bad, and Vesperia is. I remember again watching a family member of mine play this quite a bit. I know a lot of people really like that one. I know the main character's a fan favorite because he's kind of a badass, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, I remember two of my family members. I'd watched them play this. They were doing a co-op run on Tales of Grace's F. Oh, whoa, that game is. Ooh, that game is a game, alright. But yeah. Tales of Eternia. Oh, Tales of Abyss I've heard is really good as well. And that's on the 3DS as well, isn't it? I wouldn't mind play. I wouldn't mind maybe play a 3DS version of that one. I don't know if it's as good as the PS2 version or not. I don't know. But yeah, Tales of Abyss looks really cool. But yeah, I know there's a lot of really cool Tales games. Some of them, much like Final Fantasy, some of them are hits, some of them are misses. But yeah, I know Tales is quite popular. Oh, no, the game I played the demo for was not Berseria, it was the new one. What was the new one which came out, which was actually really, really cool? I played the demo that one, I think this game's awesome, I want to play this more. To co-op with, but of course, no, exactly. Arise, yeah, I really liked what I played of Tales of Arise. I watched Kiara from Hollow Live play some because she's a huge Tales fan. She actually got hired as an ambassador for them when Arise came out. And I thought, man, this game's really cool. I want to play Tales of Arise. Yeah, when I played that, it was really, really fun. No, yeah, I think like it's one of like the only like games I'm saying like, wow, you can do a whole co-op run. Can you do co-op runs on like the Mana games? Mana would actually be probably really fun to play on stream, I think. As like there's like cool. I remember playing one of the Mana games on Nintendo DS. I remember playing a bit of and trying it out. Maybe I'll give the Mana games a go as well. You can co-op some of the SNES Mana games. Ah, right, okay, that's cool. Man, being able to do like co-op on RPGs is such a novelty, right? Can you do co-op on FF15? I was watching a video about speedrun history of FF15 recently, and it's like, man, it made me realise I never got back and replayed it with the Royal version of the game, so I kind of want to replay FF15, because I remember really liking it when it came out, and I know a lot of people don't like 15, and it has its issues. I am just glad it exists at all, because holy shit, that game went through development hell and back when it was Versus 13. One thing I regret is that we'll never be able to see what Versus 13 was originally planned to be. What was Tetsuya Nomura cooking when he made Final Fantasy Versus 13 before everything went to shit and everyone's like, Square Enix, what the fuck are you doing with your lives? Speaking of Square Enix, Dragon Quest is pretty good. Though, if you played Dragon Quest 11, I don't think you played it. Holy shit, I really liked the game until the post-game. The post-game was fucking dog shit. I hated that. It undid everything really cool the main game did. And though, ultimately, I think... I've never finished Dragon Quest 8, though I think 8 was a better game from what I played of it, and I really like 8 a lot. Maybe I'll do Dragon Quest 8 on stream. Yeah. Probably the PS2 version. I don't think I want to do a 3DS version of it, just because I want the pure original version. I know the 3DS version added a bunch of stuff. It also censored a lot of stuff as well, because of, like, new censorship. Apparently it was like, oh, Nintendo! No, apparently it wasn't Nintendo which censored stuff in the game. It was apparently due to, like, updated censorship laws in Japan, which don't allow some of the stuff which was in the original version of the game to fly today. Which sucks, and I hate it. But, you know... that's the times, unfortunately. But probably the PS2 version, because again, I'd never finished it. I got really far in the game, actually. I think I got to Dulmagus, but I lost my memory card, which had it, so, oopsie. Anyway, yeah, it's Mana and Tales of. You recommend some Tales games. Hang on, what was the one you said before? It wasn't... obviously I want to play a Rise. Tales of Eternia. Tales of Eternia. Yeah, like a sexy bunny outfits on Jessica. God, fucking Jessica. Jessica from Dragon Quest 8. Holy shit. Video game peak wife right there. Video game peak waifu. Like Tifa Lockhart. Okay. I don't really have a lot of like video game waifus, but like if I had Jessica would be one of them, then Tifa, Rosalina from Mario actually. I really like Rosalina. She's really pretty, really cool. Also, like, surprisingly tragic past. Like, really sad stories, it turns out, as you go through Mario Galaxy, you find out more about her, and it's like, oh. You've had a really shit life. Yeah, Rosalina's pretty great. Yeah. Man, this... turns out there's a lot of games I actually want to play on stream. I just don't know how many of them are good for streams, you know, like... I know you heard at the beginning, Tiki. I was playing Digimon Survive a while ago, which is like a strategy game for Digimon, like fairly recently came out, I think last year, the year before, something like that. It's like part strategy game, part visual novel. Really interesting game. It is not a good stream game, just because it's so text heavy, right? It takes a lot for things to get going in it. I need to play more of it actually. I've not even played that much yet. I should do that and do more of the game, but yeah. Try getting close to the waterfall, LJ. It's true. It's incredible. I can barely stay near this deluge. At a portion at the beginning where you talked about Golden City. Ooh. Man. I really wish Golden Sun was better than it was. I'm not going to talk about Golden Sun again. It pisses me off. Even though there's a lot of really cool things in the game. Ultimately, the game annoys me. It's kind of like Avatar: The Legend of Korra. It's a series which I think has a lot of cool stuff, but ultimately just it just angers me when I think about it because of all the stuff which is wrong with it. But then I'm also like, well, I'm not going to be too mad at it. The show is a series. Avatar: Legend of Korra is a series which went through absolute development hell, and the often being meddled with by executives, and the staff and the directors of the series did what they could with what they had, and for that I'd say they did a very good job. But holy shit, yeah. It also happened to the translation of FF7? Okay. Regarding FF7, now I have played the original version of FF7, not on PS1, I played the remaster of it. I understand that there are a lot of, like, mistranslations made in FF7, which a lot of people don't like. And they do change something. I don't think it's anything super major. It does make, to my understanding, it makes things more confusing than they actually are. But, I don't think the dialogue is unreadable, right? I think in Golden Sun, it's like, oh, we fell over. Oh no, we fell over. Did we just fall over? Like, it's like, you repeat the same thing 3 times in a row. Sorry, I think I'm peaking the microphone. I'm sorry if it's being really fucking loud. It's just my mic, I guess, and had cursing to it. Like, you repeat the same thing, like, 3 times. 3 different characters will say the same thing in 3 different ways, all of them mean the same thing, and it's like, this is the most redundant, asinine dialogue ever. right? And none of it is charming. Like, Mystery Dungeon here, right? Mystery Dungeon right here. There's so much charming dialogue in this game. Like, with, like, anything Wigglytuff says, it's an absolute joy to read, right? There's nothing like that in Golden Sun. There's no charming, funny dialogue. None of the characters are interesting, right? There's nothing of substance in terms of what's being written down on screen. On the script, right? It's all boring. It's all boring and dumb and trite. And the story points, a lot of them feel like you're just doing it because, yeah, that's just what you do because it's an adventure game, right? Who cares? Portrait expression, yeah. I'd be okay with that, right? There's been tons of games which are like that, which have expressionless portraits, and that's fine. They just use it as a visual indicator. But when everything they say within those portraits is like, ah, I like bread. Yes, bread is very good. Yes, indeed, I would like to eat bread. The thing is, you could actually have a pretty interesting conversation about bread if you really tried, but there isn't any trying, that's the thing. It's all the same bullshit. Like, this is part where you get, like, in a forest and you get put to sleep, and it's like, oh, we're okay, we've not been turned to trees. And like, it must be because of our synergy. Are you saying we're not trees because of our synergy? It must be because of our synergy that we've not been turned to trees. Like, fuck off! Really? Really? Like, Jesus fucking tits McGee. Yeah. There we go. This is the one I wanted. Like, come on, dude. Are we really going to say, like, 3 different ways saying, I can't believe we didn't turn to trees? Fuck off, man. The game reiterates a lot, too, that was said in the former quite... Sure, but again, this game has charm. There's charming dialogue moments in Mystery Dungeon. There isn't any charming dialogue moments in Golden Sun. The most charming dialogue moment I saw was this part where it's like it's an optional side quest to free the town of Lumpa, and it's like he sticks this fucking frog creature on you and you kill it, and it's like oh no, are we gonna help the evil thief from like being crushed by his frog monster? I'm like, and one of your friends is like Garrett, is it? Like Garrett's like, what? And you can say like yes or no, let him get. You say no, let him get crushed, and Garrett's like, are you crazy? He just tried to kill us. We should let him die. And it's like, that's the most flavorful this game gets in terms of dialogue. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I totally agree with him. Fuck this guy. He's an asshole. He's an asshole criminal. Fuck him. Anyway. Oh, it grinds my gears. But yeah, I want to play FF15. Probably do it off stream. I think it's going to be more for me. But yeah, Mega Man Battle Network I want to play on stream. If you think I'll enjoy that, I'd happily give that a shot. What was the other games? Like Tales of Mana maybe as well. I bet playing Chrono Trigger would be really fucking fun. I played a bit of the DS version of Chrono Trigger. I don't know which version is recommended of a Chrono Trigger or the SNES version or the DS version. I know the DS version has some like more links to the... Is it Chrono Cross the sequel? Yeah. Maybe play the SNES version. I think it looks nicer when the sprite is bigger. The sprite art is bigger like that rather than scaled up. If you were to fall into this waterfall, you'd probably be battered. I didn't think you'd be pouring down this powerfully. Where should we even start looking? Le gasp. Something seems familiar. It's the dizziness I felt before. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, it's Wigglytuff. It's very clearly Wigglytuff, right? Yoompa! Imagine being a Charmander being asked to go through here. It's like, bro, you're asking me to die. Or at the very least, put myself unconscious. It happened again. I saw something. What did I just see? Huh? What's the matter, LJ? What? You had another vision? Okay, here's the reiterating thing you were talking about, I guess. But I guess it makes sense here. It makes sense, like, what? But, in Golden Sun, it's just like, it's pointlessly done all the time. You saw a lone Pokemon leap into the waterfall? Charmander would have it rough, yeah. At least, Chimchar actually puts out its tail, right? Actually, something of note is that, So I know like Scarlet and Violet also got dunked on. Not as much as Sword and Shield it seems. Scarlet and Violet got dunked on. One thing, I think, they added like a bunch of new stuff to the game where you can like just hang out with Pokemon and like even like play as them and move around as them. One of the cool things I have for Chimchar was that when it goes to sleep, its tail fire goes out, which is a reference to its Pokedex entry where that happens. Like when it sleeps, its tail goes out to avoid starting fires, which is really cute. And yeah, that happens in the game. It has a big red butt. I live for actual interaction with mons. Yeah, man. Oh, it's so good. Ugh. I know, right? Like, I mean, you know, I was saying the other day about, like, Pokemon which don't have mouths and how they eat. But, like, seeing how Pokemon interact is really interesting. They made a bunch of cool changes. I know they made, like, a completely new model for Charizard. Or at least heavily modified the old model they had. Because that old model did not look very good. The new one looks way better, which they have in Scarlet and Violet. They added cool textures and everything, like Blastoise and stuff now looks better. Like metal coatings on a lot of them. Persian's model was changed as well, actually. Now it looks far more streamlined, which is really cool. So yeah, they added new models or remade model. They remade all models. Oh, they changed the eyes as well. A lot of them felt like in the old X and Y and stuff. They had just like eyes pasted on them, which worked fine on the DS games, but on the Switch games it doesn't work. They changed the eyes in a lot of Pokemon as well. Normal to the scales of individual reflections. The eyes, yeah, the eyes are actual eyes. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. They added a bunch of cool stuff to make them look actual better. And listen, I'm not gonna say that game looks good. It doesn't. I don't think Scarlet and Violet is a good-looking game. Even like in terms of like art design, not just graphics, but art design. I think it's very like milk toast for Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like I don't think, from what I've seen, there's no area which really stands out. I guess it's like there's no areas which really stand out from what I've seen. Right in Scarlet and Violet, it's not an impressive looking game, graphically or artistically. I don't think. But I think there's some cool stuff in them from what they added. Yeah. Like, Sky here, great game artistically. Look at how much all the vivid colors there are and everything's awesome. They even have snow on them if they go on a cold place. I mean, man, I think it's a issue with like Pokemon typing that like because of like ice type is a thing. You have to like you always have to have at least one cold place, you know. Unless you have a Pokemon which doesn't need to be in a cold place to be an ice type. I don't know, but it's kind of like here's the obligatory ice zone. But interesting, there's not an obligatory fire zone all the time as well, which is really weird. Pokemon Snap. Write this down. Write that down. Pokemon Snap. One of the Pokemon Snap on stream. Yeah. That'll be really cool. Going through a volcano. Like, God, I never played Pokemon Snap. Everything I've seen of it, though, I've always wanted to have a full playthrough of it. It looks so good. All the cool things you can go to. Man, what a cool game. Not only that, there's a hidden cave behind the waterfall? It looks like the water is coming down really heavily. Imagine there's actually a solid cliff wall behind that waterfall. Ouch! If we try to jump through, we'll be pounded badly. So, LJ, what do you think? Is there really something behind the waterfall? Yes. There's a cave through here? You convinced? Yeah? You want to do it? I don't know. I really don't want to do it. Okay. But my faith in you, LJ. I totally believe in you. Yikes. I like that your partner has personality, though. He's a bit of a coward. Wrote tat wrong. Man's not hot. I make art for game devs, and I had the discussion about dessert levels in games. I think of a single one that isn't boring, except in the game. Oh. I read that wrong. Desert levels, not dessert levels. I mean, dessert levels are really cool. Wait, hang on. Oh, you mean like Journey's fantastic. Journey's a lovely game. Yeah, desert levels are like hard to do right, because it's like I think the idea of exploring a vast open landscape is with nothingness is kind of interesting until you realize that nothingness is kind of boring, and so there needs to be something to explore in it. I guess like Mario has a bunch of good desert levels, but it's more like, yeah, this is a sandy themed one. You have like ancient temples and stuff to go through. Yeah, I mean, okay, this isn't saying the bad levels, right? No, I get what you're saying. There's definitely a theme about it. The thing is, you could say the same thing for ice levels, right? Like, it's snow, maybe it's like Christmas themed, potentially. We need more desert themed levels. Like, yeah, this is a giant cake that you bounce on. We need more desert levels, not desert levels, desert levels. Oh, actually, that reminds me. You know the band Panic at the Disco? They had this song called 9 in the Afternoon, which apparently there's a weird bit in the music video where they go into this like weird multicolored paradise, I guess, and it's because they spelt it wrong. On the script, they wrote it as like they went to a desert land. No, I think they wrote it as like desert paradise, but no, they meant desert paradise, no, desert oasis, but they spelt it desert oasis. So they have this really weird imagery in the music video, but like when they saw it was desert oasis, they kind of liked that more, so they kind of kept it. Yeah, and it's really interesting. Was there a comment just there? What just happened there? People on trash on water levels with the physics during the cartoon. Water levels are some of the most lively looking. Some games made the character... No, yeah. I don't think it's the aesthetics of water levels people have an issue with. I think it's more the mechanics around a lot of them. Like, I think a lot of people quote to, like, Ocarina of Time's Water Dungeon. For good reason. That dungeon is not fun. I only played the 3DS version of the game, which actually makes things easier because you have a touchscreen to swap between items. But, like, even then, it's not a fun dungeon. It's complicated to navigate through. It's awkward. Your movement is hindered. You can make fun water levels, but holy shit, getting movement in water is difficult to do. No, yeah, again, there are really cool water levels. Like, I think a lot of people like the water levels in Donkey Kong Country, the old games. And granted, I think as well they have fantastic music to aid them as well. Like, a lot of people remember the music for the Donkey Kong Country water levels. If I get scared and fail leap to full speed, I'll smush no matter what I do. If I'm doing it, I have to do without hesitating. Be brave. Be the bravest ever. Let's go. Wow. Oh. How do we get out? Do we have to jump back through? Kirby's epic yarn is fucking so. Okay, I have a friend called Winter. She used to do streaming. She doesn't do as much anymore, but she said she wanted to get back into it. Holy shit! One of the things I've wanted to do for the longest time, I've wanted to do Kirby's epic yarn multiplayer with her. And I'm curious if you use like a Wii emulator, and you use something like what's that thing called you use? Is it like a proxy multiplayer thing? What's it called? I'm wondering if you can like set up online multiplayer on a Wii, online co-op multiplayer on a Wii through emulation. You can use NetPlay. Okay, so like if I had a Wii emulator and she had a Wii emulator and we had this thing and so is it called not just NetPlay? There's another thing I think of as well. But could we theoretically play co-op together on Kirby's Epic Yarn? Because I'd love to do that. Fucking Kirby's Epic Yarn is so good. Is there a possibility that with Parsec? That's the thing. Parsec was what I was thinking of. Yeah. I like Parsec and a Wii emulator. I've not set it up. It's one of those things I always thought that'd be a cool idea, but I never remember to do. Any local game online. That's all. Okay, right, yeah. I've never done it. I want to set it. I always need to remember to try and set it up. Okay, maybe after Okami. Hang on, I'm gonna write a note of this down. Because I do want to do some runs of the Okami speedrun before anything else. Just because I've been practicing it, I don't want all those efforts to go to waste and get lost in the source, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Maybe we'll download. Oh, so they probably still need an emulator to play it, right? They'd need a client, or did they not? I don't know how Parsec works, that's the thing. There's so many things I don't know how they work, and a lot of it's because I don't really have any friends to play games with at all. Like, I'm very much like a single-player game person. Okay. What would you like? Kirby Epic Yarn Co-op Man, that game is so fun, and like playing it on co-op is really, really funny. It's really charming. Go on co-op with parsec/netplane. Man, Kirby's Epic Yarn, also a fantastic looking game. Really great idea of like artistry over an art design over like graphics, and it holds up fantastically. And I'm waiting for others because I invite 9 times. People are busy. See, I don't even have anyone to be busy with. I don't have. Seriously, okay. I know I've said a couple. You've not been here long. I said, well, man, I don't really have many friends. I really don't. I don't have anyone to play things with, and that's okay for me for the most part because I don't play online games all the time. Except for that, like, there's weird times where I'm like, I want to play Apex Legends, and then I'll play Apex Legends for like 2 weeks straight, and then I'll be like, okay, that's fine, and then I'll not play Apex Legends anymore for like the rest of the year, and I'm like, man, that was 2 weeks well spent. And what is this? What is this? Yes, it is a cave. It is a cave. You were right after all, LJ. Let's go explore this cave. I played Repo with strangers late because my friends wouldn't get it, and I had. What's Repo? Oh, hang on, wait. I think I've seen that. Is that like one of those like a kind of like we're going to go exploring and get items and stuff games, like a Lethal Company or Phasmophobia or Content Warning? Is it one of those kind of games? Let's explore this cave, LJ. Let's see what secret it holds. You think I don't think I have like the mental, the social aptitude to just want to be okay with just playing with random strangers online as well, especially if you're in a voice chat, right? It has a huge humor factor. Is it still like a horror thing though? Because I'm also not a big horror guy. I'm really not. I'm a massive pussy. Really don't like horror at all. Man, maybe I was just really underleveled for the Marowak Dojo. Because holy shit, these guys are falling like flies. That's a poison type. That's not good. It's just fun. I don't know. For one, I don't know if there's. We've got to kill the Surskit whilst we're here. I don't know if those kind of games are my cup of tea personally, but I can understand why people do like them. I really do get it. But yeah, again, like, as someone who does not play a lot of multiplayer games, I see a lot of these multiplayer games being played online by streamers and stuff, and I'm just kind of like, is this for me? Maybe not. Maybe it is. I don't know. Who can tell? My nemesis. There we go. Take that, thank you. I like suspense games, but I don't like jump scare games. That's fair. So, jump scares have an inevitably harder time of keeping your attention. Bruh. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna swap places with you, Fan, because you're like all stacked up now on stats. God, you can't move at all if you're slowed down once, can you? No, okay, so this is theory in horror called the... There's this theory in horror called the tension cycle, where you need to build up something for tension and then release it, right? And it's how you can get a stressful, make a stressful experience in something. But, you know, there comes a point where you'll eventually want to reset the cycle, technically, right? But the thing is, if you can drag it out for as long as possible, or the thing is, by deliberately choosing to not break a cycle, you can make a very different effect. Unfortunately, a lot of horror doesn't really pay attention to this, and are content to just make jump scares, which are very scary, don't get me wrong, but they can leave, like, not lasting impressions. Where the fuck did you come from? I wasn't paying attention to the screen. Is this Tangela? Why do you look so weird? I was watching a video recently, actually, of someone using the least popular Pokemon from Gen 1 on a team. And Tangela was one of them. And, like, man, Tangela was in a rough spot in the first game in terms of, like, people actually wanting to even try it out. Like, it comes in very late on in the game. Like, just before the 7th gym at Cinnabar Island, at which point many players would likely have just chosen their team at that point, or at least gotten most of their team, meaning that oftentimes Tangler never stood a chance of even getting even the most, like, even slight usage unless you're going out of your way to use it, right? It's a real shame. Though I guess it got Tangrowth eventually, so it's fine. It worked out for it, but yeah. Oh, and yeah, those leaks showed off a while ago. Showed that Tangler was going to get a baby form and an evolved form back in Gold and Silver. Orange gummy. Fighting types. Wait, Tangler doesn't really stand out until Gen 4. Yeah. Well, actually, Farfetch was also... no, the thing is, people do like Farfetch kind of because he's terrible. And I can get it. But, there's a lot of Pokemon which are seemingly designed as, like, weird mechanical choices, right? Like, Farfetch, technically, if you look at it as a purely design point, Farfetch is kind of meant to be this, like, lesson in, like, training Pokemon, because you get Farfetch from Spearow. Like, the only way to get Farfetch in the first game is to trade it through Spearow. I mean, you also can't name Farfetch anything other than ducks. Which is a bit lame, but I digress. Nope. What is the accuracy of this move? God damn it. So, oh yeah, it is next to Dojo, actually. Yeah, you're right. Please let me out. Coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine. But yeah, Farfetch is an interesting idea where it's like, hey, what if you... Thank fucking God, finally. What if we had this Pokemon which you can only get through trading, but you trade it for a Spearow, which is a pretty common Pokemon to get, and like a lot of people can get a Spearow very easily. But like, the idea is that, well, Spearow is not very good, when Farfetch is actually better than Spearow very early on in the game. But the thing is, you'll very quickly find that like Farfetch drops off. Farfetch drops off very quickly, and it's like this weird thing where like, if you had stuck with this Spearow and trained it to Fearow, you would have gotten a stronger Pokemon. So it's kind of like Farfetch is a mechanical lesson in teaching people about the benefits of actually sticking with Pokemon, in the same way that Magikarp is, right? Magikarp, obviously, famously, terribly weak Pokemon, the weakest in the game by any standards, but it evolves into Gyarados if you stick with it. And yeah, like, Farfetch is kind of a similar vein, except instead of, like, rewarding patience for sticking with a terrible Pokemon and raising it up, instead, it's like a punishment, like, hey, you got rid of this Pokemon you didn't need and thought it was kind of lame, but instead you got this duck, which is good for only a small amount of the game, like, but, like, yeah, it's weird. It's an interesting design choice. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's an interesting one. Moves, withdrawal. Oh. Nice. But yeah, it's an interesting idea where it's like, hey, what if we gave you a deliberately bad Pokemon? Just so that you can see that, hey, there's benefits to raising Pokemon even if they seem bad at the moment. It's interesting. The idea is a duck walks up to you with an onion leak on its back, basically begging to be cooked. Ah, that's the idea behind its design. I see. I see. That's a funny... Yeah, no, it is a... Everyone refers to it as a walking duck soup. Ooh. 800? No, thank you. Kamonegi, onion duck. Ah, I see. I'm going to try my hand at making chashu pork actually this week. I went to the butcher's the other week and like I ordered like a big round of pork belly. And I'm going to cook it and see if I can make some chashu pork with it for the first time. And there's a bunch of different ways. Some are easier, some are harder. I do wonder how much of it is actually necessary to do, so I'm going to experiment and see what works. But yeah, hopefully it's going to turn out good. I spent like £8 on it, which is a lot of money for one piece of meat, but it's like from a butcher's, and like I actually thought it'd be way more expensive for the whole pork belly, but it's like nice and rolled up as well, and I'm like, hey, that's pretty good. It's like one big slab of pork belly, which is nice. But yeah, no, I just thought it's really... The original Pokemon had like a bunch of designs like that. Like even Onyx could potentially be thought to be like this idea that like, yes, this guy is a big physical wall. Most of the normal type Pokemon in the game up to this point will not be of use for you because they don't have any kind of special moves which can take advantage of Onyx's terrible special bulk. And yeah, at that point in the game as well, whilst Onyx has an abysmal health stat, so does everything else, right? Like, what's Onyx's health stat? Like 35, right? Items. Onyx is like a really low health stat, but it's like at that point in the game, it makes sense for it to do that. And if you look at Onyx, like yes, it's designed to be a Pokemon to be used early in the game. It makes sense why Onyx is like so weak in a lot of other regards. Yeah, well, the thing is, it encourages you to learn typings. Like, you know, you'll very quickly find that if you started off with the grass type or the fire type, Onyx is no issue. But even then, right, like, you can still get round it because you have special to Pokemon. Now, whilst Onyx does resist Charmander, and, you know, okay, in Generation 3 games, Charmander got Metal Claw to kind of make Onyx easier, I assume. Which, I think kind of defeats the purpose of it. But, either way. Even if, at least in Red and Blue, if you're using Charmander and it's like, oh man, I don't have anything that can touch this, you can still find options like Butterfree is available very early on, and that has access to the special move Confusion, which will wreck it, honestly. And like, it doesn't really have any strong rock moves which can beat Butterfree, so it's probably fine to use. You know, there's a bunch of interesting design choices like that. And it makes for a very fascinating, if not a very well balanced game. Oh yeah, no, Mankey and Nidoran. I think Mankey was only in yellow, actually. Nidoran, though, gets, like, double kick, doesn't it? Yeah, like, Nidoran gets double kick. Mankey was available in yellow, I think it was. At least early on in the game, he was available in yellow. Which meant that... which meant that he could actually... Oh! Hell yeah! Nice, I was playing Psyduck I played Psyduck in my blue playthrough, Mr. Engine Blue playthrough. What are we calling Psyduck? Tiki, what are we calling Psyduck? We can name it after you if you'd like, Tiki, it's up to you. You can call it Tiki the Psyduck. Actually, kind of like Tiki as a name for a Psyduck. I don't know. Maybe like... Ronald. I don't know if you want to be a Psyduck though. If you find a Natu called Tiki. Wait, that's a really good name. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna call this one Ronald. I don't know why, he just looks like a Ronald. One of my favourite playthroughs I've ever done in a Pokemon game was when Red and Blue came out on the Game Boy Advance, no, on the DS eShop, and I bought Pokemon Red, and I played through it, and I played through it, and I kind of just, like, did a playthrough where I wasn't focusing on anything. I just kind of caught whoever I wanted and tried them all out as I went. Like, I tried out Onyx, and oh, okay, I can see what they're going with this here. And I used Onyx for a bit, and like, you know what, I didn't stick with them in the end, but I tried out, like, Arbok, and like, hey, I like Arbok. I think my final team was, like, Charizard, Parasect, Hypno, Poliwrath, I want to say? I think Poliwrath. Electabuzz, who was a very late addition to the team. Well, again, right, like, unless I mentioned about Tangela earlier on, unless you use Tangela, you're probably not, unless you actively want to use Tangela, you're probably not going to use him. And same with Electabuzz, you only get Surf much later on in the game when you can actually get Electabuzz, but I got him later on. I'm like, hey, you know what, I like Electabuzz. You can do that plenty. Yeah, I know, like, when I originally played through Sun and Moon, right? I just did that. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try out everyone. I want to try out all these new Pokemon, even old Pokemon as well, right? I'll just try out everyone who I like. And whilst I do want permanently new Pokemon, I'll just try whoever's available. And I found a lot of really cool Pokemon I liked. It was really awesome. I ended up using Arcanine a lot, though, actually, just because there wasn't a lot of good fire types. I didn't know that, like, you couldn't... Yeah, I didn't know that you couldn't, like, hang on. Yeah, I didn't know that Salazzle could only evolve if it was a female, because I went in the game completely blind. I deliberately avoided all the spoilers for it, so I didn't know a lot of the stuff in the game. I like a lot of the designs in Sun and Moon, actually. I think a lot of them are really, really cool. Not all of them. I hate, like, that fucking crab dude. He looks ugly as fuck. The crab Pokemon look bad. No more crabs. We're fucking tired of crab Pokemon. Fuck them. Wow, look at that. Look at all the gems sparkling. And then Stylex just standing there. Poor Ronald. Whoa, look over there. It's a gigantic gem. Wow, I've never seen a gem this huge. It's an incredible treasure. Everyone will be amazed if we take this back. Yeah, you need like a whole mining team, my friend. I first played through Gen 5, I used codes to my favorite mons, but then I liked them so much when I replayed. Oh, I see. Oh, I remember saying you had that the action replay, didn't you? Yeah, I don't know. One of the joys about the game is that there's infinite possibility of team combinations, so being able to just try out a bunch of different guys is awesome. Nope, it's not budging. It's really stuck tight. Can you give it a try, LJ? Oh, this is really stuck. Oh, budge. Nope, no good. So you couldn't move it out? Is it either or either? I can't remember now. I know it's like one's American English, one's British English. Either or either, I don't even know anymore. They're kind of interchangeable now. We can't just give up. If we try hard enough, we'll probably get some kind of result. I'm gonna give it another go. It's not budging one bit. Oh no. It's happening again. It's actually either. The thing is that British English or American English, or is it both? What about Canadian English? Canadian English is American English. Like, what about Australian English? Like, what about Australian English is British English? Man, okay. I love it when you get like a BuzzFeed article or whatever, or some shitty online article. It's like here are 10 crazy Australian swear words you've never heard of. Number 10. And then it's like the UK and Australia have like a lot of similar English. It's like, oh, I know that word. Heard that one. Heard that one. Heard that one, don't use it. Heard that one, don't use it. Oh, didn't know that one. Okay, you know what? You got me there. Didn't know that word. Know that one. No, that one, don't use it. Definitely don't use that one. But then you need to look at the whether the translate is on British or American English. Let's have a look at this. How to pronounce. Is that been told both ways?
Either. Either. Either.
Can you hear that? That's British. I think either.
Either.
I studied British English, so thankfully I didn't learn American English. Only time I got called out was when saying lorry instead of truck. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. I wonder if there's a difference between lorries and trucks there. Either. Okay. What about the US pronunciation? Oh, hang on, yeah. This is in the Cambridge dictionary.cambridge.org. Hang on, let's have a listen. Reject your cookies, you vile villain.
Either.
Either.
Okay, there you go. Either is American, either is British English. Hang on, wait, where are you from? Actually, I probably shouldn't. That's really rude to ask. I shouldn't say that. No, it's probably less rude of me to say you should kill yourself than say, hey, where are you from? Dox your information to me. I saw French fries and they looked at me wrong. And there was one that said chips instead of fries. It's okay, I won't judge you here. Ah, I see. Actually, that's surprising that you would learn British English then. I would have thought that American English would have been more popular if you're learning it in Argentina. I just remembered actually this weird. You ever played the game Valhalla? Like VA11 whole A. There's this whole bit in it where like one of the characters kind of like assuming the identity of another guy who used to work at the bar you're working at, and he's called it Gil, and they're like, wait, and you're like your boss is higher up learnt it, comes in, and is like, wait, Gil, I thought his name was Richard, and like, and you just kind of look at each other like, yeah, Gil is a nickname. It's a slang in Argentinian slang. He's from Argentina. I'm like, I see. Yeah, we just call him that because it's like Gil, Gil. It's short for Gillian. Like, hang on, Gillian. Yeah, but yeah, it's funny. Your main character is called Jill. It is Jill, and then the guy you work with is called Gil. Okay, that's even funnier. Actually, that actually means something is really fucking funny. Because they kind of just say it and they don't mean it in the thing. And it's just like, yeah, it's like a slang in Argentina. He's Argentinian. Like, is that so? Like, so you call him Gil, despite the fact he's obviously Grill. I thought you said his name was Peter. No, I said Gilder. That's a common name where I come from. Oh, really? Where are you from? Argentina. Really? Well, I spent several years in Argentina. I never heard the name Gilder. Oh, no. It's it's from Buenos Aires. Ah, I see. Good Lord, what is happening in there? A revolution? A revolution! At this time of day, at this time of year, this part of the country, lies entirely within your kitchen. Yes. May I see it? No. Wait, was it Argentina who's known for having some massive revolution? Am I getting another place confused? I think Argentina had a big revolution a while ago, right? Am I getting confused here with my history? No, surely not. Surely I could never be confused with history. Surely history is easy to understand and easy to remember every little bit. No, honestly, it is surprising though. I would have thought that, like, you would have learned I think it's even, like, you learned it when you're really young at 8, you said. Even then, right, like, so much worldwide English media is from America. So a lot of people learn America. Like, I have a friend from Bulgaria, and, she's in Europe. Granted, like southeastern Europe, but like still in Europe, and I would have thought that she would have learned British English, but she's learned a lot of American English instead, and it's largely because of like American TV shows. You could probably associate with the Che, who is a revolution that was born in Argentina, but is more. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm probably confused there then, but still. There's probably been some revolution. There was a revolution in England in like, I want to say the 1600s, but it kind of failed. Like, interesting little tidbit about English history here. So, yeah, this was in like the 1600s when Queen Elizabeth, the Iron Queen, that was Iron Lady. That was Margaret Thatcher. We didn't talk about her. She was kind of independence war. Okay, right, yeah, no, that was probably what I was thinking of then. No, we don't got Margaret Thatcher. We didn't get independence bit. Let's go. Let's fucking go. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so the Queen Elizabeth, the Virgin Queen was her name. It was a title she was given, but despite being a very successful Queen of England, she died without having any heir or any partner. She did not marry. Her relationship was to God and to her country. We're a big combination of Italians, most than Spanish. Interesting. That's it. I didn't know that. Wow, I'm learning so much now. Thank you. Wait, no, sorry, just this little tidbit there. So yeah, she kind of died without an heir, and as you can imagine, when a monarch dies without leaving any kind of progenitor, there's a big power vacuum, and everyone's like, oh no, what do we do? And at the time as well, there was the Puritan movement going on, which a lot of people hated, and a lot of a lot of what was mocked about it. Like, there's a lot of Shakespearean plays, a lot of comedies especially, which mock a lot of the whole Puritan movement and how there are a bunch of stiffs who are really boring and only wear black, and they're like, oh, religion over everything else. And eventually, the kind of this power vacuum, and this kind of like want for people in charge, premarital hand-holding. Good heavens! Good heavens! Father, come quick! This woman's a hussy! We must indict this boy into the church as a monk immediately to free him from his earthly desires. Anyway, but yeah, eventually, this would lead into the civil war, which kind of happened, and eventually would lead with the Roundheads, which are like, led by the man called Oliver Cromwell, kind of coming into power and kind of putting a very like strict religious rule on the country. Very famous. This is also when Christmas celebrations were banned. You may see it on like trivia stuff, you can see it on like weird trivia books or something like that. Christmas was banned in England, and this was around this time when the Roundhead group led by Oliver Cromwell was put in power, and they kind of just, with their puritanical views of Christianity and Christian worship, or specifically Protestant worship, by the way, not Catholic, Protestant, they kind of just banned a lot of stuff, which was like, fun. Yeah, imagine being a Grinch 400 years before the term the Grinch came out. What a fucking asshole. He's like the proto-Grinch. Also, interesting enough, they were like, the Roundheads were like, oh yes, no, we won't have a king. Kings are old. We must speak one of the new. But like, we still need a leader, and like Oliver Cromwell was dubbed Lord Protector. And whilst a very cool title, don't get me wrong, Lord Protector basically said the function of a king. Which, so, there was problems over in the very beginning. It's like, oh, we don't need the monarchy anymore. We're not doing that. The monarchy's bad. Yeah, it does sound very feudal. This is actually early modern. Again, this is like around 1600s and such. Yeah, they're like, oh, we don't need the monarchy anymore. Fuck the monarchy. The monarchs are dead. And like the queen was dead by this point because she died of natural causes. The monarchs which were around were like forced to flee the country. And yeah, eventually, like over a decade or so of this kind of rule, everyone was kind of a bit sick of it. Long story short, like very long story short, everyone's kind of like, man, this is kind of shit. And like Oliver Cromwell died, and then it's like his successor was like, oh, I guess my son will be the new Lord Protector. Like, hang on, this is just a monarchy with extra steps. When I could plant potatoes and live inside a car. No, you sit down and read the Bible like a good boy. I don't know what accent that was. I think it was more getting the more like Italian Spanish like guy there. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, eventually everyone kind of got a bit sick of it, and the monarchy was brought back in. The monarch, it was King Charles, King Henry. I think it was King Charles the. I can't remember what king it was. The lineage of kings is fucking all over the show, and it's all a bunch of names basically. Anyway, he kind of like went out of hiding. He was either in France or I think in Denmark. I can't remember where, but they kind of brought him back. And like, hey, we're reinciting the monarchy because we didn't like the new stuff we brought in. And it's kind of this weird example where you don't really learn about it, but it's this weird example of like a failed revolution, essentially, where there was a revolution which happened because people didn't like the way things were. They didn't like the new way things were, so then they just went back to the old way. It's like, yeah, the old way was probably better in the long run for us. Was good King John at himself? No, was it Mad King John? No. Was it King Richard and then King John? Yeah, that sounds right. I think earlier on, I don't know. Again, no, I think King George. Mad King George was in like the 1700s, I think. Yeah, because that was around the time of the American Revolution, where America had been colonized by, well, basically all the big superpowers in Europe, like Britain, France, I think Denmark, probably Spain as well. I mean, they'd already conquered South America by this point, so I doubt they needed another continent, but, you know, that's their prerogative. But, you know, North America is like, in North America, the United States, before it was the United States, it was just America, right? It's like, man, why should we be subject to British taxation laws? France helping USA rebel against Britain just to piss them off. Classic. France, you scallywags. Thing is, that's really interesting nowadays because, like, I think I think like the French and English would be united, and the British in general. Because when I say like Britain, it's like 4 countries, right? It's like England, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And this was a Republic of Ireland, which is a separate country, but it's still in the same landmass as Ireland. But it's a whole story. We don't want to talk about that. It's kind of dark and depressing as to why that happened. But yeah, I think nowadays, I think most people in Europe, even most countries in Europe, regardless of like past allegiances from hundreds of years ago or whatever, would be like, man, fuck Americans, man. Fucking main character syndrome ass motherfuckers, go fuck themselves. We're playing a game. I think that would basically be it. I remember seeing this American comedian actually, right? And he was talking about like when he was on a trip in England. I can't remember what he was doing. He was in London at the time, and like these other Americans who were just also there on holiday, seemingly, they were making a lot of noise at a train station, being really loud and obnoxious, just getting like, "Whoa, yeah, America," and just kind of being like really fucking like, dude, shut the fuck up. And then, like, he just turned to the guy next to him, and the guy next, like, ugh, Americans. And him being American, like, you're, just, like, didn't say anything, just, like, nodded and agreed. Just, like, oh, man, I'm not with them. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. And now I live in the other edge of the... Well, yeah, you know, it's a shame, right? Like, a lot of, like, America is like so like self-important, and you know, especially I don't want to ever talk about politics on stream because it fucking depresses me. But you know, especially recently, it's kind of just like, hey, this is like the current political landscape is like peak America main character syndrome put forward here, right? And it's like, dude, fuck off! You're just pissing everyone off. Canada's pissed off. Mexico's pissed off. The fucking entirety of Europe's pissed off. Good job on that one, assholes. Like, you pissed off, like, fucking, like, 2.5 continents. Good job. I would say Asia's pissed off, but I think that's mainly just, like, China. But China hates everyone. Like, fuck China. Man, I actually have a very good friend of... I have a very good friend of mine from China. He has a lot of stories about living there. He's very fortunate that he's lived in quite a few places around the world. I don't know if his family's rich or if he's just been like doing studying or like working abroad. I've never actually asked him fully about it, but he has some pretty sad stories from living in China. And he'll obviously go home to visit family and stuff. But like, wait, he's told me, and it feels like a bit like defeatist, right? You know, like in the kind of way, man, yep, country's shit, can't do anything about it though. And I feel like that with England a lot of the time now. Like, yeah, England's shit now. England, I don't want to live here for the rest of my life. I really don't. I don't know where I'd want to live, but I don't want to live here. Certainly not. Not in the UK. Plenty of Americans were super cute. I imagine super cool even. More silent than the noise. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, is it Rammstein? The German metal band? They have that song, "We're All Living in America." Rammstein? I can't remember how you say their name. We're all living in America, right? It's all about how, like, the world kind of lives on the American standard a lot of the time. And that's true, right? Like, even the internet, it's like, I see that it's like, oh my god. Like, okay, maybe this isn't like the easy example to do, but like, okay, the legal age for, like, I don't know, alcohol over here is 18, the legal age for sexual consent is 16 over here, right? And that's like the same in a lot of places throughout Europe, right? Whereas in America, it's like 18 and 21 respectively, to my knowledge. Except in some places where it's younger, but generally it's 18 and 21 respectively. But like, if you have that in like other on the internet, you show it there's gonna be some fucking American who's like, "That's illegal! How dare you have underage drinking and sex?" It's like, well, actually, it's perfectly legal where we are. You just don't understand that there's a world outside of America a lot of the time. Japanese or Chinese who come here on a super nice and want to hug them, but they don't have that. Yeah, you do hear a lot of like really bad stories actually though about like Chinese tourists, which is a real shame. Like a lot of I guess this is the same for everywhere, right? It's kind of redundant to really like give any of these stereotypes based on individual country, because eventually it all comes down to the individual people. There will always be, from every country, those who are fucking entitled assholes and those who are just like interested in what they're doing, right? Excited to come to a new place and explore and everything like that, right? Listen, I'm from England. This place is full of fucking cunts, who I think should be killed. But I digress. I also understand there's a lot of nice people, and ultimately, in the end, whilst it's very easy, oh yeah, I work at hotels. A lot of Chinese tourists are complete assholes. And it's like, yeah, sure, that you had those experiences, but also I'm sure there's a lot of people just kind of like, oh man, I can't wait to go and explore all these, like, ancient ruins, or so they go on tours and stuff, and just, like, have a good time. When leaving here is that people here meet each other a lot, and drop by anywhere, oh, yeah, I know, I get what you mean, yeah. I mean, well, again, even then, right, it comes down to the individual a lot of the time. Like, listen, I am from the north of England, right? Which is generally, whilst, again, a lot of dickheads around here, I think there's generally a more, like, sociable culture in terms of just, like, being able to just, like, get along with people. Not all the time. Again, there are many people who are like, this person's going to actually stab me if I even walk near them, so I shouldn't do that. But yeah, like, it all depends on where you are. Japanese stream and started talking to them using Google Translate and load that. No, like, I do that sometimes as well. There's a streamer who I watch who hasn't streamed recently, but like, yeah, like if you put in the work, right, a lot of people like it. There's a person who came in my stream a while ago. I can't remember their name now, but I think they were from like, oh god, I can't remember where they were from. But I think it was it Brazil? No, it wasn't Brazil. It was Chile or something like that. Chile, I don't know. But yeah, they said that they were talking through Translate, because they're like, hey, I'm sorry, English isn't my first language, but I think you're really funny and entertaining. And I'm like, wow, what a flattering experience, right? Someone's tried to communicate with you and experience your stream. And like, yeah, it's like nice. And like, it's good practice as well, right? Like, if you're trying to communicate with someone, even if you're using Translate, it's really good practice for it. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot of, putting in the effort helps, right? Putting in the effort helps. When I went to Japan, like, even just asking, sumimasen, eigo ga hanashimasu ka? Well, I probably said it way too quick, but eigo ga hanashimasu ka? And say, oh, a little bit. And like, oh, thank you. Made some fan art for them. They now saw this. Who's this? I want to see. Yeah. Say English words to me. I was like, oh, that's cute. Aww. That's so cute, though. Bless. Yeah, man. If you, like, put in the effort, like, people will appreciate it. Hang on. Like, hang on. Wait, so what language should I do to appeal to your Argentinian blood, Tiki? Because you said you have, like, Spanish and Italian blood in you. So I don't know what I should be doing. Or should I just be talking like this and be like, haha, Argentina's pretty great. Spanish, okay. Fuck. Can I do German instead? I don't know any Spanish. I didn't learn any Spanish in school. What just happened to push the gigantic gem? Dulce de leche. Isn't that a dessert? Man, I want to try that. Wait. Yeah, it's like a condensed milk dessert, right? Dulce de leche. Isn't that... Or am I thinking of something else? I know there's like a lot of places in like South America which is a lot of like condensed milk desserts. And I'm like, damn. Like, if it wouldn't kill me, I would drink an entire can of condensed milk. So I'd probably want to try that. Oh, yeah, it's like caramelized almost, isn't it? I remember hearing, yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, man, that sounds good. I have like a can of condensed milk in my cupboard because I wanted to make some fudge with it, so maybe I'll try that next time. Man, I want to do cooking streams. I just don't have the setup for it. Ah, wait! Hang on. You can get those, like, little portable burners, can't you? There's portable hob burners which have a little gas canister in them, and you can, like, cook on that. Maybe I could use one of those. I'd need a bigger desk for it, because my desk is tiny. But, I could realistically do that, maybe. And I'm guessing it's like a one-pan kind of thing. It's not like you need multiple things to do it. Interesting. Oh, wait, yeah, we're getting flooded now. Huh? What's going on? Man. Yeah, man, I'd drink an entire can of condensed milk if it wouldn't, like, give me put me into cardiac arrest. I like the talking either way. Let's fucking go, Tiki. Let's go. It's a flood! Man, it's a good thing Psyduck's a water type. I like in the anime that Psyduck couldn't swim or use any water moves despite being a water type. Ooh. Huh? Where are we?
Hi, you two okay? You plopped down from nowhere. Oh, you startled everyone.
I like how Psyduck's just by the side there because he can't be involved in the main scene. Where are we?
This is the hot spring.
Hot spring? Yeah, I mean, we're a quadruped, so, you know, Indeed, this is the hot spring. The hot spring works wonders on tiled muscles and creaky joints. Many Pokemon visit here. Hang on, wait, no, it needs more like, oh, tell me, youngster. Like that. Tell me, youngster. Have you a map?
Map? Oh, you mean our wonder map? Yes, we have one.
Unfold it for me. There. We are here. Hang on, you can't see from my head. Underneath that forest. This is the hot springs location. Elephants do mud baths a lot, that's their fence. Oh yeah, they do, yeah. It helps to, like, protect the skin from the sun, doesn't it? Oh, I see. Oh. My hat's getting in the way.
The waterfall is here, so... Hey, check this out, LJ. The water carried us all the way over here.
So we're gonna, like, have to pay now? My goodness, it was the water that carried you all this way. What a long journey that must have been. Let the hot spring wash away your fatigue before you make your way home.
Good idea, we'll do that. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, so we don't need to pay. Nice. Coolio. I want to make a shortcake afterwards, after stream, so... I know I've not done much, I've just been yapping all the time, but I kind of like yapping. I don't get to talk much. Except for like real world work, where I have to talk a lot, because I do like phone calls a lot of the time, and it's annoying. But anyway. Let me see if we've got this straight. Got this all straight. Behind the waterfall, there's a cave. In the deepest part of the cave, there's a gigantic gem. When you pushed on the gem, it triggered a trap of some kind. And surprisingly, you were flushed off to the distant hot spring. Is that the gist of your report? Yes. It's really disappointing that we couldn't bring the gem back. No, emphatically no! This is a major discovery! Really? Undoubtedly! Well, after all, the presence of the cave behind the waterfall, no one knew about that before now. Oh, I see. We made a discovery. When I had those dizzy spells, the shadow of the Pokemon that I saw, 'twas Wigglytuff, indeed. I think these games make a good representation of elders. Many Pokemon Mr. Dungeon mainly gives an elder character who are just as cool. Even the gym lead is an Elite Four. Yeah. Oh my god, I just got... Listen, okay, so I didn't realize until the other day. Apparently, okay, you ever played the gacha game Pokemon Masters? I found out the other day that the Hex Maniac. I used to be really big into it. I don't play it anymore. Now I play Goddess of Victory Nige, which is a new character coming out who is sex. Anyway, I used to be really big into Pokemon Masters. Oh, Skylar. Skylar from Pokemon. Yeah, she is another one of my video game waifu. I love Skylar. Skylar's great. So hot. Really positive. Just, like, really lovely person. Hexmaniac is a girlfriend. Yeah. But there's a Hexmaniac character you can get now in Pokemon Masters. Like, a low-ranking character. Her name's Helena, the Hexmaster. No, Hexmaniac, even. It's really cool. Yeah, when I found that out, I was looking at, like, I was like, you know what? Let's have a look at, like, oh, yeah. Like a sexy Latina they wanted. Like, that's so fucking funny. Okay, I really like Skylar's design a lot. She's really hot. One thing I think I get confused by a lot though is that if you look at her design, she has these fucking huge gloves which make her hands enormous. And I'm like, are your hands that big? But the thing is, if you look at Pokemon Master, she has like several different outfits which show that her hands are normal size, which means she has these like massively thick gloves. Why do you want to go to Mexico? I just love Latina and Sonic. Adios. Oh, wait. I've not seen any of the Sonic. I was thinking of maybe doing like a watch-along on like Discord or something like that on the Discord channel of like doing a watch-along for the Sonic movies. Or maybe Transformers 1 as well. But I heard there's a bit in like Sonic 3 where he's watching a Spanish drama and like people have been like, oh my god, he's watching the Spanish drama because he loves Latinos. Like, it's so funny. It's really good. But yeah, like they wanted like a sexy Latina and I'm like, that's so fucking based of you. The fact that they wrote that in the design documents as well, I'm like, yeah man, you did a good job on that one. Man, it really sucks though that like the anime version of Skylar is a fucking awful person. She's just like a really nasty person who just doesn't believe in anything. But whereas like you look at like the game and Skylar's just, especially in Masters, right? She's like really upbeat and positive. It's like, oh man, I lost. But hey, it was a great fight anyway, good job. And she's just really positive and cute. And man, I fucking love Skylar. Anyway, I was looking at available characters in it and like, I saw like Larry, and everyone loves Larry, right? There's like a lot of women who are very horny for Larry. I guess they kind of just like the idea of like depressed dad vibes that Larry gives off, which is an interesting kind of character for people to like, but okay. I was looking at this video of like voice lines for Larry just to see what he sounded like. I saw comments being like, man, I would give Larry the sloppy doppy so hard, and like, what the fact that you would just write that. And it was a girl, you could tell from the username. And then someone else responded, yo, girl, I'd do that, but for Drayden. And then she responded, yo, Drayden is so fine. And they're just, like, being horny over the Pokemon dudes. And I'm like, fucking hell. But I get it about Drayden. Drayden's, like, a cool older dude with, like, who's, like, well-dressed. I kind of get it. Like, I can understand the appeal of Drayden. Apparently, he's not in the game, though. I'm like, that's surprising. I thought he would have, like, a Haxorus or something. I think Iris actually has a Haxorus, so maybe not. No, he should have Drodagon. Yeah. Drayden with Drodagon. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. But like, I feel like girls are way more brazen about it. Like, if a guy says, "I want to fuck this girl" on the internet, it's like you're a sex pest. But if girls do it, it's like girls being girls. You know what I mean? It's like there's this theory which has come up recently, which I've heard it. I feel like I'd noticed it, but when I heard the name for it, I'm like, wait, yeah, I have noticed this. Safe horny, right? The idea that like, you know, if you're a man being horny on the internet, you can't just be like, I like big boobs. You can't do that, right? Or like, you see a character you think is really hot, like, yeah, I wanna do things to them. If you're being horny as a man on the internet, everything you need to do needs to be like diminishing to you, or like, and heightening the woman, like, my queen, I would drag my balls through a mile of shattered glass for you. And it's like, okay. Listen, that's great. That's awesome if you actually feel that way. A lot of people do it just for like, just for comedy purposes, right? Just to be a joke. But there's also like, the alternative is like, yeah, I actually want to tie up, if you say, like, I want to tie up a girl and like, I don't know, do things to her, that's like not allowed. Right? Unless you're in like very specific circles, I guess, where you're actually talking about that kind of stuff. It's like, you can't do that, right? It's always like, my queen, crush me with your thighs. Like, okay, great stuff, awesome, lovely. But it's like, yeah, you can't, like, if you're like genuinely like that, that's fine. Again, nothing wrong with that. but you can't be. If you're being horny as a man, you need to do it in a way which won't get you in trouble. Because if you do anything which isn't like, I'm just a little guy. I need a big dummy, mommy. If you're doing anything other than that, like, you're basically a sex pest, and you should be shot and killed on sight. That's the mentality behind it, right? Which doesn't normally exist for women on the internet. Granted, for women, you just kind of have to deal with being called a fucking whore and a slut, right? Which also isn't pleasant, but unfortunately, I think, like, many people are kind of used to it, which sucks, right? It's like the alternative is like, you can be whatever the fuck you want, but also, regardless of whatever the fuck you are, you will also always be a cock-gobbling whore. And it's like, wait, so one side can't win because they're not allowed to be horny. The other side can't win because they can be as horny as they want, but they'll always have a label on them. And it's like, well, is there a winner in this? Maybe not. But I kind of just wish like people were more honest about themselves. Maybe don't say anything, right? Listen, I'm talking about this now. I don't think we all need to know about how you want to fucking get pegged by some fucking 12-foot giantess, okay? I think that some things you can keep to yourself. Just don't show it. Exactly. Yeah. I do actually something I have noticed. So a lot of people now apparently with like the new generation of people, which I don't even remember the terminology anymore. I can't be fucking bothered remembering it. I keep hearing different terms, and I'm like, who the fuck cares? They'll be like, I don't want any sexual content in my things. Sex is gross. Why does everything be sexual? And it makes an interesting point where, if you look at a lot of history of how sex has been viewed throughout world history, it's cyclical. Wait, did I mention this before? Maybe I did. It's like a cyclical view, right? Well, people are like, oh, sex is disgusting and gross and should not be done. We need to be puritanical about this and blah, blah, blah. But then, like, people are like, no, we need liberation. It's fine. It's a natural bodily thing. People are born through sex. You are here because of sex and stuff like that. Or like being able to look at it. Attract some traits that are evolutionarily attractive. True. Indeed. But no, it's just like it seems like a cyclical thing where every couple decades or so there'll be this like, oh, we need liberation and to be able to talk about sex stuff. But then there'll be like people like, oh, then there'll be this like resurgence of like, there'll always be being against that, right? But then there'll be people like, oh, it's too much. We don't want this anymore. And then it will happen again. So I feel like this thing happening now is just like a thing which will stop eventually and will repeat itself. And history really does repeat itself, I guess. The more I look at this Wigglytuff sprite, the more I think, this thing looks like a cloister. Oh my god, I just realized it's called cloister. It's like a cloister of fish. Ah, it's like a cloister of shells. And I see. Okay, I never really made that note before. Anyway. I've seen that shape before. That shape. There's no mistaking it. It's Pikachu! Oh. That was Wigglytuff. Your waterfall discovery is just amazing. The Guildmaster must be told. Jigglypuff from above. I love that meme. What's wrong, LJ? Huh? You're saying Wigglytuff may have been that waterfall before? No, emphatically no! That's inconceivable! If that was so, the Guildmaster wouldn't have ordered you to investigate the place, right? However, since you insist, I will confirm it with the Guildmaster. But why would they want to spoil their own discovery? How strange. I should be used to it by now. The princesses are yet another strange crew, aren't they? What was that, Chatot? What? Oh, nothing at all. Anyway, I will go confirm what you told me with the Guildmaster. Please wait here. Oh, hey there, guys. We're gonna go sniffing buttholes. Come on. So how'd it go? When I asked the Guildmaster, he mulled it over for a bit, and then he said, oh, memories. Sweet memory. Yum-ta! Oh, technically, Chatot should be able to do a perfect mimicry, shouldn't he? Yeah. Sweet memories, yum-ta! Then he danced around a bit. Then he said, yes, just when I think hard, maybe I did go there once. A butthole sniffing adventure, come on! And that's what the Guildmaster said. To sum it up, it's just as LJ suspected. He has already been to the Waterfall Cave. Oh, okay. That's kind of disappointing. I really thought we'd discovered a new place. I wish Wigglytuff had told us right from the start. The Guildmaster can be rather, erratic at times. Even I can't quite fathom what goes on in his head. Well, that's too bad for you. Nevertheless, I shall expect your best effort tomorrow. Ugh. Well, hang on. This was not like a public report made, though, so it's still like our efforts weren't. God, I just remember Wigglytuff just dances around with a little apple on his head. It's so cute. You went on a bottle stuff adventure. Oh, hang on. There's a cutscene. Today was exhausting. I should go to sleep early. We went through a lot today. Oh my god, I woke up really late today because I set an alarm, but I didn't have it on. I had it on vibrate, and I don't wake up when it's on vibrate. But for some reason, the alarm was switched, so it didn't have any music on. So I kept switching it on and off and putting it on snooze, and I slept through my alarms. I'm like, fucking hell, god damn it. But yeah, I woke up later than I intended. It was really annoying. But oh well, it's fine. I still have time to make a cake. You know what? And probably practice the Akami run as well. You know what? It was incredibly fun for me. Sure, there was that huge letdown. But it was our first exploration. I thought I was going to explode from excitement and anticipation the whole time. It made me realize I made the right decision joining the exploration team. One day, I'm sure I'll solve this... Why am I talking this? The secret of my relic fragment. That's the dream I have. Believe it! I'm pretty much programmed to wake up 30 minutes before my alarm. Damn, I wish I had that. I used to, when I was at university, I used to have like a radio alarm, which would turn it to like nice music in the mornings. And like, damn, what a pleasant way to wake up to. Instead of just like weird random alarm bells. Like a radio show is a really nice way to wake up in the morning. If it ever came true, I'd surely faint from sheer happiness. But seriously, thanks. Actual NPC moment right there, like. You can get a Nintendo Alamo, which gets louder for every minute. Oh my god, do you remember Labo? Nintendo Labo, which is like AR cardboard? What an... Why? I don't think that lasted, did it? God, that was not a good idea. And it was so expensive as well. Like, come on, you can't just write Nintendo on a piece of cardboard and sell it. It doesn't work like that. Though apparently some people had some fun with it. That's great. I remember my brother pre-ordering that, and I'm like, why would you do this? I don't understand. And they cancelled it, and I'm like, thank God. No, frankly, I could just get a piece of cardboard and write Nintendo on it, and I think it's Nintendo cardboard. I can swear because of you, LJ. Yes. Be brave. Be the bravest ever. I'm the biggest chicken around. And even I managed to work at the courage. And then I'm like, you know what a chicken is? Then he's like, no. No, I don't know what a chicken is. And then we all lived happily ever after in existential dread. I wouldn't have said that for the protagonist, yeah, right? Well, the thing is, like, Zubat called him a chicken earlier on. It's like, you're not calling him a tortoise, you're calling him a chicken, which implies the existence of chickens in this world. But anyway. And it was all because you were with me, LJ. Seriously, LJ, thanks. Oh, yeah. You know, I was thinking... I noticed something about your dizzy spells, LJ. You always seem to be touching something when they happen. Come to think of it, Quartz is right. When I heard Azuro's scream... Okay, we're just going through the flashbacks. Well, there are animals on Gen 1, true. I mean, we discussed this, like, Pokemon's world falls apart under any kind of mild scrutiny. So it's best not to think about it too much. right? And the thing is, then they have like real world allusions to animals and stuff in like the actual even in later games. Like they have like in Sun and Moon, there's this Pokedex entry. It states that like Sharpedo used to be almost got hunted to extinction in Alola, and it's like a reference to real world shark thinning. And it's like Jesus Christ, all right, fair enough. They have a regular fish along. You'd think so, but I don't know. Again, this is why I think like maybe it's just like the Digimon thing where they grow meat, or you just have a meat farm and you grow meat from the ground. Is that how it works, maybe? I like to think so. I like the idea of Digimon growing meat. Man, I'm gonna play... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna play Digimon Cyber Sleuth on stream. I think... I just want to show more people Digimon. I think more people are aware of Pokemon than Digimon. Think about the Moonstone. I think they mentioned maybe Clefairy came from... Yeah, that's true. The thing is, that doesn't mean, like, Clefairy is, like, impossible. That just mean it can happen. The Pokemon of space. I mean, like, even Starmie is estimated to come from space. It apparently communicates into space sometimes with its psychic powers. But yeah, I like the idea of, like, Starmie... of, like, a bunch of these Pokemon being aliens. That's really cool. Yeah. The way how do you think it works for Moonstone, right? Because it'd be like, if you touch, like, a piece of rock, like a certain ore, is there some kind of, like, special charge inside of it? And, like, that charge is what gives people the power, gives people the energy as well. Because the way I think it, right? So, it's like, how could there be something like a Pokemon which evolves through trading, right? How could there be something like that in the wild, like a Gengar, right? How can there be a wild Gengar? And my theory is that, like, as long as you can do something which mimics the energy needed to evolve, you can do that. And trading somehow happens to do that. I mean, they do the kind of this thing in Legends Arceus, to my knowledge, where apparently you can evolve your Pokemon which can only evolve through trades, like Gengar and such, by using an item like the like a trading cable or a link cable or something. But it's an item which produces an energy which makes them evolve, right? And it's like, oh, yeah, so it's the energy which is produced by trading which lets them evolve. And I can buy that. And, like, maybe with the stones, it's like, yes, this stone loses its energy charge when a Pokemon absorbs that energy to evolve. Do you see where I'm coming from with this? Is this all making sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? No? Maybe? The stone emits a certain type of ray. Yeah. A censorship ray. Like what they have in anime to avoid the Bob and Vagine. I once saw that from like an old meme where it's like one of those like Indian like scammers trying to be like or like I want to see hello miss I think you're a very beautiful lady I want to see please show Bob and Vagine. Like, it's so funny. Please show Bob and Vagine. Many of our genes are inactive. True. So you're saying that these the rays from these stones or these items or whatever are in I see. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you are getting what I'm saying here. That would all make sense. And again, if you have this like special item in Legends Arceus to evolve Pokemon, which do evolve through trading, you just basically need to basically create the same kind of energy or wave in some capacity to evolve a Pokemon. And like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But perhaps the rays are used up somehow, because the items are all disposable, aren't they? So perhaps they're all absorbed completely by a Pokemon upon being exposed to it. Explain that to Remoraid. Oh, how does Remoraid evolve again? Wait, no, don't you like a Remoraid in your party to evolve like a Mantike or something like that? It's something bullshit like that. I know like Mantike is a really like weird explanation. Oh, actually, the Gen 2 beta leaks kind of... Man, I understand why they changed Octillery's design, but they really made it make more sense why Remoraid and Octillery are evolutions of each other. Because Remoraid's meant to be a revolver, and then he evolves into... And he was more distinctly gun-shaped originally. He looked much more like a gun than he does now. And then Octillery was meant to be a tank. An octopus artillery. And it's like, that's such a good idea. And then they changed the design. I imagine maybe they didn't want it to look too much like an actual weapon or like an actual military vehicle. Maybe that's why. What did they do to Poor Flamigo? I fucking hate that guy. They had such a better flamingo design, yeah. The original flamingo Pokemon, was it from Gen 3 that they had it? Something like that, right? Yeah. That original flamingo design, like a flamenco dancer, was so cool. And then they're like, no, we're going to scrap that design. And then years later, they're like, hey, we have one flamingo Pokemon. Let's make one of those, like, ugly fucking, like, lawn flamingos that they use in America. And it's like, why? Why? Why now? I remember, what was it? That weird fucking... What's that terrible Pokemon that I hate from Gen 6? It was like the perfume Pokemon. Aromatisse, was it? Something like that? I don't know. I remember seeing like designs for that coming out and people coming up with cool designs. Like it was going to be like a plague doctor or a flamingo. And then at the end it's just some like weird gross fucking thing. Which looks kind of like a cabaret dancer. I don't know. Yeah. God, I fucking hate those two. I fucking hate that Pokemon. So fucking ugly, dude. Yeah, right. I think it works well, the whole, like, fragrance thing it's got going on for it. Where it's like, yeah, plague doctors would have their masks stuffed with, like, different herbs and stuff because they thought that, like, illness spread through smell in a form of miasma. Needless to say, a lot of these apothecaries, the plague doctors, were not actually licensed doctors at all, or potentially even not even medically trained. And many of them were just con men trying to sell you something. Or many of them who did have medical training were not licensed to do practice medicine. Or, yeah, snake oil sale, exactly. Yeah, they're basically the equivalent of those fucking assholes in, like, Africa and China. Like, yeah, this traditional medicine will work. And it's like, yeah, the bones of a fucking endangered tiger ground to dust, which you snort, and then fucking put on your penis and soak it for 12 hours. Will heal all your rheumatisms. And it's like, fuck off with that bullshit about fucking traditional medicine. It's fucking magical mumbo jumbo. Yeah, that reminds me. I said the other day, didn't I? I was doing the that game, that Pokemon a Real Animal. Unfortunately, like, people will hunt down pangolins, Indian pangolins, and the scales are made into charms because people think they can be used to... Pangolin scales can ward off ghosts. Which is so sad. It's so sad. They had the last Emperor of China mercury pills to take. Yeah, poor pangolins. When I touch something, I see something connected to it. Right? There's one more thing. When we rescued Azurill, you had a vision of the future. But this time you saw Wigglytuff going into the cave, right? So that means this time you saw an event that occurred in the past. That's true. In other words, LJ, if you touch something, you see its past or future. You must have that kind of special ability. That could be something totally incredible. You could use it in a lot of ways. I kind of like the idea that, like, in this world where these creatures are actually basically using fucking magic, right? Like, these are fucking monsters which have just, like, innate magical powers to just, like, summon rocks from nothing, or absorb someone's life energy, or, like, make an earthquake, right? Still, the idea that, like, seeing into the past or future is, like, this special, unique ability, which is not even, like, a normal Pokemon power. It kind of reminds me how in Bionicle... I don't know if you know anything in Bionicle lore. In Bionicle, there's a character called Vakama, who was, like, one of the main characters. Now, everyone in Bionicle has a mask, which gives them special powers. He has the mask invisibility, so he can turn invisible with his mask. But separate from that, he also can just gets random visions of the future. And he has no way to determine this, but he just gets random visions. Not related to anything, he just has this ability, which sometimes happens. They can do anything but want a stone. Okay. It's fantastic, LJ. Well, yes, I guess that's true, but doesn't mean I always get a vision every time I touch something. It would be useful if I could have visions when I wanted, but... Hey, you two! The Guildmaster wants to see you right away. Oh. Guildmaster, I brought you Team Satan too. Guildmaster? Guildmaster? Guildmaster! Hiya! Your team went through a lot today. Yes, a lot. But don't worry, I'm keeping watching your activities. I should tell you why I called you here. Just want to sniff some buttholes. I'm planning to mount a full expedition soon. An expedition? Yes, the guild will go explore someplace far away. It's much harder than exploring our nearby area. That's why we need to prepare for the big trip properly. We carefully choose which guild members go on the expedition.
Really?
Usually we would never, ever consider rookies to be expedition members. But you two are working so very hard. That's why we're making a special exception this time. Come on! We decided to include you in a list of candidates for the expedition.
Really?
Now, you have been chosen as you haven't been chosen expedition members yet. There's still time before we set out on the expedition. If you fail to do good work before then, you cannot expect to be selected for the expedition. I'm sure you can do it. Come on, try hard.
Yes. The next expedition, isn't it fantastic, LJ?
Now, I remember never getting past this point. I always got like stuck on Groudon here. Psychic Pokemon manipulate thoughts, mess have around. Yeah, true. I like the eerie, vacant expression it has in the design. That's fair. Zatu's cool. It's not one of my favorites, but I do understand, like, he's a cool design. Like a cool, like, totem pole bird. Very cool. They had, like, a beta design for, like, Zatu or Natu or something like that, or it was, like, a middle stage for them? I don't know. Either way, I don't think it was necessarily needed, but, like, yeah, it's cool to see that they were kind of had this, like, very solid idea for this, like, totem pole bird creature. It's very cool. Man, that reminds me, have you seen, like, when they showed, like, the beta design for Celebi, and it was, like, oh god, this is, like, how Celebi came from its original design to what it is now is wild. It seems like the beta design was based on this, like, Native American folklore figure, whose name I can't remember. But, like, you can see on a lot of merchandise and stuff, it's, like, weird shadowy figure. I can't remember the name now. If you look at, like, beta Celebi designs, you'll probably find it. But, it used to be, it's like, hang on, let's beta Celebi. Right, okay, right. So there's two. There's this orange one, which is like closer to what the modern Celebi is. But there's an even older one, which looks like it has a weird trumpet nose, and it's based on this like Native American figure. What's the name of it called? Cocopelli. He's like a figure in like some like Native American tribes or something like that. Cocopelli. It's like a the original alpha design was just like a weird black shadow kind of designed off a lot of like glyphs of Cocopelli. Cocopelli is a fertility deity, usually depicted as a humpbacked flute player, often with feathers or antenna-like protrusions on his head, who is venerated by some Native American cultures in southwestern United States. Like most fertility deities, Cocopelli presides over both childbirth and agriculture. He's also a trickster god and represents the spirit of music. And like, yeah, if you look at the original Cocopelli-based design, and you look at it compared to like modern commercial Cocopelli fixtures, it's like, it's really like, it's basically just a very common, like you can see, yeah, that was an alpha design. But it's interesting how it turned from that, this like weird like, it's Brazilian, is it? Interesting. But yeah, it's interesting how it changed from this design based on this like Native American folk deity figure thing. This like American folk fertility deity into this like weird little onion dude. And like if you look at that and then compare it to the orange one, which was like the one from the beta, and then you look at the model one, you can see the through line kind of. You can see the through line for it. But yeah, you can tell the original was very alpha. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. It's just it's interesting how much it changed over time. Like I think that first alpha design was basically just a silhouette. I think you can tell that's very much like a placeholder. It feels very placeholder-ish, like many of the alpha designs were. But yeah, it changed a lot as time went on. And now, like, I don't think anyone would be able to tell that Celebi is based on this, like, Native American deity now. You know what I mean? My favorite thing I saw that was like people complaining, people saying we missed out on the water bunny with a fucking ring float. And this meme was like Mudkip talking like, yeah, well, like you were never a real Mudkip fan anyway. I know. I remember when I was very small, when you're little and you design Pokemon, designing like a Fire Bunny Pokemon, and like, hey, we actually got one, and it was Score Bunny, who I think looks fucking dog shit. What a boring design. Let's try our best to make sure we get picked for the expedition. We need another axolotl. Oh my god, the fucking Wooper design, which looked more like an actual axolotl. Team Skull. Oh no. These guys. The fucking old beta Wooper was so cute. No, that was a design we missed out on. Yeah. No, it wasn't Quagsire, it was Wooper. Up and at 'em, it's morning! I think we'll do one more mission and then we'll leave it today. I hope I'm not keeping you, by the way, Tiki, by like asking you to interact all the time. I hope it's not like interrupting your day or anything. I just realised. As I was explaining, there is a lake far to the east. There are many aspects of the lake that remain mysterious. We hope to unravel those mysteries. It's okay, I work from home? Excellent. I work from home normally, but then I have to work one day in the office, which is fine. But due to health reasons, I don't work full-time at the moment anyway, which means I have more time to do stuff like this. They're always taking a break for a while, but I kind of like having more consistency and like planning streams out in advance, so yeah. I want to do more unique ideas of streams though, because I get more fulfillment from having a stream which I've planned out rather than just going through the things, going through the motions of it, you know what I mean? Ah, I see. Oh no, I remember you saying yes. Hey, what about your veterinarian stuff? Or was that like what you used to do? Our Giggle is planning to command an expedition for the first time in a while. An expedition, you say? Yes, please. Yes, sirree.
It's been a long time since we had an expedition. Woohoo!
But that means you're gonna be picking members of the expedition from all of us again, right? Precisely. We will depart in several days. Hang on, I need to do some water. Wait, it was you who said they were doing like veterinarian stuff, was it? Or was it Lemmy? I see, I understand. I see. I understand, but you mainly do like art and design and such. I see, that's really cool. Man, I like to do VO stuff, as you can probably imagine. The thing about games that just reminds me, there's so many projects which will never come to fruition, right? I hope your projects come to fruition. There's a lot of things I've auditioned for, and I've even got the parts for, and it's like, so many of them just don't go anywhere, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't study art at all. That's fair. I used to do a lot of drawing myself, but I don't know, I just kind of stopped drawing. I think the joy of it kind of started, not the joy of it, the interest in it, I started to wane for me. I don't know why, I don't know what happened. But yeah, I'm just not interested in it as much as I used to be anymore. Maybe I should try doing art again. I'd have to probably relearn a lot of stuff. But yeah. No, I absolutely agree with you. I just like, yeah, I don't know, I just kind of, my passion for it kind of dried out a bit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, my passion for acting dried out a bit as well after like COVID, but I think that kind of dried out everything for everyone. But I'm doing some more acting stuff again now. I do like acting, I'm actually in a play at the moment. Only a small part because I'm just getting back into the gist of things. But yeah, I need to do some recordings actually for like demo stuff. But yeah, which I can send to someone just for some advice. I guess they're a casting director. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, there's like it sucks in like there's a lot of things you can audition for, and like a lot of them won't come to fruition. So I do hope your projects actually are coming to fruition, which you're getting involved with, Tiki. Especially you're like freelance for it as well, right? You'd probably be as good as you're probably good as an announcer of sorts. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I also, like, if you look online for, like, VO projects, God, so many of them are, like, amateurish in, like, a way, like, listen, it's amateur dramatics, but it's, like, amateurish in a way which is, like, this is never gonna come to fruition, like, oh, I'm making a Minecraft animation, which is gonna take, like, in 40 episodes, and it's like, okay, this thing is never gonna get off the ground, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, kid. And it's some, like, fucking 12-year-old who wants to make a Minecraft series, and it is, like, yeah, I'm looking for animators and writers to help me make this. Well, that's the thing, right? A lot of it is, like, people getting involved way over their heads who are probably too young to do stuff. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, the amount of people you see who will pitch projects, and it's like, you have nothing to show for it. Because you've not planned anything out, you didn't actually understand the logistics of anything about this. And it's like, Straw, who was in earlier on, he's told, oh, you should go for it anyway. Like, no, you fucking idiot. You don't understand that a lot of these projects that you just go for will not lead anywhere. There's no point applying for something which will lead you to nothing. It's a waste of energy and time. Making games where they had no direction, right? You get it then. You get it. It's like, I think it's very easy to discern, right? It's very easy to discern when something is not a good project. But, man, it really sucks, right? I think I mentioned this the other day. Like, I have some, like, videos on my channel of, like, doing, like, VO stuff and, like, little funny videos and stuff. I've asked people in the past to... I've asked people if they can record stuff for them. A lot of times, they've all not gone through with it. And it sucks. It kind of kills my motivation to do things. Especially when, like, I need, like, a certain... Like, oh, yeah, I need, like, a girl voice. And I can't do, like, a girl voice, right? Like, that's not a girl voice, right? I need, like, an actual girl voice, you know what I'm saying? But, like, man, so many people just let you down. It really fucking sucks to try and, like, rely on other people to do things when you have no guarantee that they'll be able to back it up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, everyone wants to be the ideas guy. Yeah. And listen, like... I don't know, listen, it'd be like, oh yeah, you want to be the ideas guy, and like, but like, for video games, you're into program. I don't know if you need to, listen, I don't know if you need a lot of programming knowledge for actually designing a game, but I think you need to have a very good idea of what you're actually doing in the game, right? Like, as well as having the ideas, you need to have, like, I don't know, listen, if you are like, yes, I want to make this game, I don't have any program knowledge, but you fucking whip out a folder which has, like, 300 pages worth of concept art and, like, design documents for, like, this is the ideas, and, like, here's how I think this might be done, but I don't have the skills for it. I think someone will be more willing to be like, I think this could actually be something because you planned it out so thoroughly. Yeah. And if someone's like, okay, this is my timeline of events, probably estimated, you know, I don't think you need all the skills, right? And maybe that I'm wrong, maybe it's like, oh, you're doing game design, you absolutely need to know coding, and like, maybe you do. I know, but I think, like, you know, with a lot of these things, having all the skills yourself is extremely difficult to do. You need to be a very, very talented person, which a lot of people aren't, unfortunately. Actually, it's the character of a game I always wanted to make, but I can't program. That's cool as heck. Yeah, no, they do, absolutely, yeah. It's unfortunately the case. We'll in several days. Over the next 2 days, we will choose the most worthy apprentices. The chosen member will form the expedition party. Everyone work hard so that you will be chosen for the expedition. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting! Oh my gosh! Yup, I've got, I had to go on an expedition, but I really would love to go at this time. Let's work hard and get picked as members. Alright everyone, it's back to work as usual. Hooray! Ah, you two. Today I want you to check out the job bulletin board, the outlaw notice board, and handle their list of jobs. That will do for now. Okay. I have Sally's in my party, nice. I remember being able to hold something I made right. No, I understand that completely, yeah. Man. Okay. Recently I made, one of my favorite, I don't know if you watch a lot of VTubers, Tiki, but I do. One of my favorite streamers is Lucy Pyre. Which is ironic considering she hates British people, but I don't know, I think she's really funny and entertaining. Anyway, I made a cake based on her mascot recently. And, man, it was really rewarding, actually. Like, first time decorating a cake as well, right? Hang on. Can I get it on Twitter? I'll post a link to it on Twitter. Ignore the lag, it's just part of the game. That's art. No, it is, right? Art can come in a variety of forms. Music. I don't think food is what a lot of people think of when they think of art, but it definitely can be art. Not all the time. Sometimes it's slop, but other times it can be art. Hang on, I'll send a link just to give an... I think I posted it in Discord as well, actually, but... Yeah, like, it wasn't a perfect cake by any means. Like, admittedly, my baking skills are not up to snuff with my cooking skills, so I need to work on it. I mean, it's kind of one of the reasons why I want to make a cake later today. Just to practice more. But, there's like, it was a bit more dense than I would have liked, but it still tasted good, don't get me wrong. But yeah, no, it was my first time actually decorating a cake with like fondant icing, and it was challenging, yes, but it was really fun actually. It was really, really good. Yeah, and I added these tentacles on at the end because there's little tentacles at the bottom. Yeah, she actually responded. It was really, really nice. And I'm like, hell yeah, guys, my Kamiyoshi responded to me. I can die now. And I just want to make... She mentioned in her stream the other day about having a Lucy pie, and I'm like, damn, I want to make a Lucy pie, a strawberry pie, with like little emblems and stuff from her streams on it, as like little decorations. Why looking so edible, if friend, don't tempt me. Hey, that's a friend. I mean, it could be a friend. Let's do a good job again today, Aldred. How are these two even friends? Like, how come anyone's friends with Aldred? You two train hard every day. Same thing here. Oh, hang on, we're gonna be meeting Team Skull soon, so we're gonna not to be confused with Pokemon X and Y, no, Sun and Moon's Team Skull, a different Team Skull. But God, Team Skull's theme in X and Y is great. But yeah, no, it was like really satisfying to do, and oh, there they are. Oh god, I guess we already have met them. Oh, I did like a Vulcan skull kind of thing, and they're like, oh, hey, what's going on here, but hey man, what's going on? Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I never know. But yeah, no, like making something you can hold is really awesome. Also, I got to eat the cake as well, which was I like that part. Yeah. But yeah, no, it makes me want to decorate more stuff for the cake. It makes me want to do more like VTuber themed like desserts and things. I need like a pie tin. What are good dimensions for a pie tin? I always need to get some like baking beads, because I tried making a pie once without baking beads. It went terribly, and I thought, surely I don't need baking beads. Surely I can laugh them out them just to try it. And like, no. Turns out they'll inflate to a degree which is not good, and then you'll be fucked. So yeah. Yo, you want the cake and eat it literally? Yeah, I do. I do want that. Honestly, I find it's like, okay, I'll admit I have a bit of a sugar addiction, but I found it's better for me to actually make food, make sweets, just make sweets, because it means I don't eat them as much, and like, it's cheaper in the long run. Like, I can make something which will last me several days, and if I want a sweet treat, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, this is actually a good alternative than just buying stuff. But if I want like chocolates, I think. Also, prices of chocolates have gone up exorbitantly now, so I'm like, I kind of don't want to buy it as much anymore. Ordering at home making, yeah. I love cooking. Cooking is one of the best joys in life. And what's his name? What's that? Hang on, Oxo Cube guy. Oxo Cube chef. What's his name? I can't remember his name now. Oh, hang on, wait. I think I know. What was his name? Marco Pierre White. He's like a British chef. Was pretty famous. Not as he originally trained Gordon Ramsay in what I can only describe as nightmarish conditions. No, exactly, yeah. Well, I think I mentioned this the other day, right? Like, God, I fucking hate it when, like, fucking assholes like Joshua Wise and, like, here's how to make this, but cheaper. Like, this is made per portion. This is only $2 per portion. Like, that's not how you fucking measure food at home, you cunt. Right? No one's buying food per portion. You fucking twat-nose shit stain. Get off your entitled asshole and learn how actual people who don't do cooking for a living cook. Jesus fucking tits McGee. Asshole. Hate that guy. I think his recipes are fine, but I just hate his personality. Apparently, I did see a video which was, one of the comments was like, this guy who went to a book signing for Binging with Babish, who I don't watch a lot of, but I think he's pretty cool. He said he said, now keep this in mind, this is anecdotal and just my experience, but when he was getting his book signed at Babish, he mentioned Joshua Wiseman, and Babish apparently said that, Joshua Wiseman's really obnoxious to, like, make a collaboration video with. He's really obnoxious. Also, he's really not funny. He's a guy who thinks he's really funny, and a lot of his humor is just really cringe, and I'm like, guys, shut up. Shut up and make good food. Anyway, no, yeah. So, yeah, Marco Pierre White trained Gordon Ramsay Marco Pierre White is undoubtedly an asshole. He's a complete twat. Really awful personality. Kind of really abusive to his staff as well. At least he was. Now he's not. He's kind of retired from, like, professional chef scene. Into, like, restauranting and everything like that. But, really abusive to his staff, including Gordon Ramsay. I guess he's kind of mellowed a bit now with age. One of the best pieces of food advice I have heard is actually from him, was that cooking should be a joy. If you don't like it, get a takeaway. What a great, solid piece of advice. Yeah? Oh, hang on. So today you want us to work on the jobs on the bulletin board, Allison. Notice board. Let's try to do as many jobs as we can. Then they'll have to pick us for the expedition party. Let's check now, LJ. Oh, God. Look, those Pokemon. Hey. You two. Oh, jeez. Huh? That duo. Wait, haven't we seen them before? Dogaz. Your victory was a fluke. Yeah, you just remember that. But yeah, no. Joshua Wiseman, he's got a lot of videos, I just think he's annoying as fuck. Also, I don't like, what's that guy called? That fucking comedian who, you play Black and White Pokemon, the Black and White, the strategy game, Pokemon Black and White, because if it's the latter, yes, I have. Great game. I remember. There are those two crooks who stole my relic fragment. What are they doing here? Oh, I'll have you know we're an exploration team too. What's so funny about an exploration team checking out the job bulletin board? What? You're an exploration team? That's right. Though the way we operate isn't always, by the book. But what a surprise. Why would you be here? You wanted to become exploration team members. That's why we're training at this guild. What? You want to become a real deal exploration team member? You, come with us for a second. What is it? Now, don't take what I'm about to say the wrong way. You should just forget about being... These guys are fucking cunts. There's a song about Dogars there. I don't remember this reference. Dogars? In Pokemon Black and White? I don't remember this reference. Anyway. Hang on, wait, what's that guy called? That guy who's always, like, making food critique videos. By the way, if your, like, main content is critiquing other people's food, you're a fucking asshole. There's no one way to cook, right? There's no one recipe which is correct. Everyone has their own recipes which are different. Listen, if you're trying to say something's authentic, I get it, right? You can criticize it because, well, that's not very authentic. But then you have the idea, well, what is authentic, right? Is it inauthentic because it doesn't match what your Italian grandmother makes? Or what your fucking Filipino grandmother makes? Right? Your fucking grandma makes it different from every other Filipino or Italian grandma. Oh, you mean like Roxy, right? Is it in Black and White too? Yeah. I didn't know the Dogar. It was Dogars. I don't know what Dogars even means. What does Dogars means? Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about this food stuff. Get pissed off. Ooh. Uncle Roger, that's the guy's name. I didn't realize Uncle Roger was a character. And like when I understood that it was a character who's just there to like be a funny Asian stereotype, I'm like, okay, I kind of was a bit more like less angry about him being a cunt all the time. But like, yeah, I didn't realize, because like you can hear him do actual normal stand-up and he doesn't do that, and he's like, oh, that's just your normal voice. This is your normal voice, okay. But like, yeah, I just fucking think it's like the like, oh yeah, that isn't how my grandma makes it. That's like, you're not a chef yourself, mate. Fuck off. Fuck off and die. Right? Listen, if you actually have a valid critique or something, it's like, oh yeah, you know what, I think this is an interesting way to do it. It's not how I would do it, that's fine. Fair enough. But like, if you're being like, oh, that's not Italian food. By the Italian, some of those obnoxious foodies on the planet, like, they'll think that like anything which isn't Italian made is like the worst thing ever. Not all Italian, and not all... Okay. Again, this kind of goes into the idea of like stereotyping people earlier on. Yeah, it fucking pisses me off. Just like, why just make your entire career around shitting on other people's cooking when it's not even bad food, right? It's not bad food at all. It's good food. A lot of people seem to celebrate, they say, ah, he's dunked on Jamie Oliver. I'm like, what's wrong with Jamie Oliver? I don't understand. I doubt Jamie Oliver even really cares about who Uncle Roger is. You know? I don't think he really gives a shit. I'm sure he's probably writing another book or on another TV show or something. So, you know, who the fuck gives a shit? I don't know, man. There's just fucking channels which are like, oh, that's not how you make this dish. And like, yes, it is. It's just how you do. It's just not how you make it, right? It's that simple. Get over yourself, you fucking cunt. Anyway, let's finish this scene. Yeah, I'm sorry. I get really annoyed and impassioned about this. I know it's like annoying. It's annoying to hear someone just be a little bitch about this, but I just get really pissed off when people don't seem to understand that cooking is not linear, right? Cooking is how food and develops, gastronomy develops over time is like, it's a cultural exchange, right? Like apparently Mexico and like the Filipinos have like, oh yeah, we have adobo here. No, we have adobo here. Like ours came first. Meh. Ours came. No, they kind of were a result of cross contamination of like, or like cross culture pollination, and just like passing on ingredients. They're both like stews essentially, made using like some kind of sour element like vinegar, but they're completely different. You know, like Mexican style adobo is more like uses like a lot of like dried chilies and such to make like a stew. People often use it in like tacos and stuff as well. I just have it as a stew itself. I think it's lovely. Try it out, yeah, if you want to. But yeah, and like, you know, Filipino adobo, it's like, again, a vinegar-based stew with like soy sauce in it, probably, which they've gotten from Chinese traders. And yeah, very, very different dishes. Both very good dishes. There's no right or wrong way. And like, you know, there's 1,000,000,001 ways to do it, to do them both. Yeah, and exactly. It's all about adapting to different demographics. I mean, I mentioned earlier on, right? Like, strawberry shortcake. There are two main types of shortcake. The American version, which uses more like a American-style biscuit, which is kind of similar to a scone, but not exactly. Or a scone, if you want to be from the South. But no, actually, I say that. Scone or scone, they're both used in England. But, like, it's not necessarily like a location thing. I think it's an individual thing, as I found out. I don't know why. But anyway, you have like, you have that, but then the Japanese style uses more like a sponge cake for it, which was kind of adopted from the American version, but kind of changed to suit tastes in Japan. And they're both fine, they're both good desserts, I think. I've actually never had a shortcake, but you know, I'm going to try and make one later on, that's the thing. They're both valid, they're both fine, right? And just because something, you know, like, I really like mousing cakes. I assume you meant like M-O-U-S-E, like, not like a moose like the animal. Like that. M-O-U-S-S even. M-O-U-S-S-E. Moose. I think I spelled mouse before. I had M-O-U-S-E as mouse. That's mousse. Like a chocolate mousse. And mousse is an animal. I like elk in my cake, based. I wonder what elk meat would taste like a pie or something like that. Like a savoury pie. Elk pie. Anyway. But yeah, food is not linear. Make whatever the fuck you want. Experiment with things. Don't give a shit about things being authentic. Don't worry about... Listen, believe it or not, there's no fucking pasta police gonna come in if you break pasta. There's no one gonna be like... There's no fucking, like, Spanish grandmother who's going to haunt you because you made it differently from how she makes her fucking, I don't know, rice dish. Right? Nothing bad is going to happen. Like, you make food for yourself and potentially for someone else, right? You're not making it for the fucking world. Do what you think tastes good. What feels good to eat. Right? Don't be obsessed without things being authentic. And if the people who are obsessed with that kill yourself, fuck off. No one likes you. Jesus Christ. The war when you break the spaghetti and make it... Man. The thing is, okay, I do understand why, like, I think people getting upset about breaking spaghetti is, like, absurd. Though I understand why, like, yeah, it's meant to be a long food. And, like, it will soften down if you just put it in water for a couple of seconds. It will easily soften enough to be put into the water. But, like, it depends on the dish you're making. Like, if you're making, like, spaghetti alla cecina, which is, like, a large pan-based dish, large frying pan, but you don't have, like, your pan isn't big enough to fit your spaghetti, snap the spaghetti. Who gives a shit? Again, no one's gonna fucking break down your door because you fucking broke a piece of spaghetti. Also, okay, this is actually kind of sad. You ever, like, get, like, a pack of spaghetti, of dried spaghetti, but, like, it's already snapped in the packet, and you're like, oh, man. It's kind of disappointing. It's just one of those little disappointing things in life. It's like, but you're not gonna not eat that, right? You're still gonna eat it, of course. No, don't take a... It's like broken cookie, exactly. You'll still eat the cookie, but it's like... I really wanted it whole, but fine, I guess. You just like sigh. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom. No, don't take what I'm about to say the wrong way. You should just forget about being an exploration team.
What? Why? Well, you're timid. You scare easy. A scaredy cat like you can't cut in an exploration team. But... It's true that I'm timid. But that's why I'm training, so I can overcome my own shortcomings. Even now, I'm working hard to be picked for the guild's expedition.
You fucking idiot. Oh, an expedition, you say?
Well, effort only gets you so far. You won't get picked for the expedition party if you don't have talent, right? It all comes down to talent. Pure talent. Big talk. You sure are talking a lot about talent, but what kind of skills do you have? You were so weak, we even beat you.
Oh, well, we didn't have the chief with us.
Chief? That's right.
They're the kind of bastards who just hide behind a big boy then, aren't they? Team Skull, our exploration team, has 3 members.
Our chief is incredibly talented.
To put it bluntly, he's brutally tough. He's a scum tank, he can't be that hard.
If the chief were around, we'd snap you like a twig.
Oh, speaking of the chief, I can smell him coming now.
Smell? Here's the chief.
I remember this thing, it's so gross. This merits an extra one because I didn't eat make you salty, so you play along or shrug it. Yeah.
Move out the way.
Oh my god, ugh.
LJ! Ugh, what's that awful stench?
Why can't we just report him for assaulting us?
Eek! You freaks are running like one of the cheese!
Ooh, this foul, yes sirree.
Hi, my eyes are burning! Move it, or do you want to end up like that wimp over there?
Oh no. Chief.
You showed him, Chief. You're the best. Yeah, whatever. So, you two, did you sniff out any jobs that'll bring in the cash?
The job bulletin board only posted cheap tasks, but
there's something else, Chief. It's got the potential to go big.
What? An expedition from this guild? That does sound tasty. Doesn't it? Let's get out of here. We need to do some plotting. Come on, we're going. Yeah. What are you all staring at? This isn't a public performance.
See you around, wimps. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, put a dookie in him, yeah. Are you okay, LJ?
I wonder if it's good for me to, like, help even my voice to swap between voices so much. I don't know.
Great, it isn't like you're injured. That sure was rough, though. I couldn't work up the courage to challenge him to his face, even though he hurt you. LJ, I'm ashamed of myself.
2 out of 10 villain doesn't have an evil laugh. Oh, you're right, yeah. Wait, no, doesn't he have a bo ho 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 kind of thing? Something like that. Yeah. I love that you can just do that, dude. What a fucking ass.
But it's nothing new for me. I decided that I can still do my best even if I'm not very brave. I'm not gonna give up over something like this. I'm gonna be cheerful and keep trying. Thank you for straighting me out, LJ.
Okay. Here's the okay.
I wonder where it's the elf extension I killed. It's a mystery.
Hey, hey, hey! Those guys you were talking with, they look like some rough customers. Hey, hey!
Ew, what an eye-watering stink cloud. Now you don't look at me like, don't you all look at me like that? Gosh, it's not nice to stare at. My golly, it sure has nothing to do with me, no siree.
I got anyone else? Chemical assembly, okay. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. Okay. You know what, we're going for 3 hours. I think, should we do one more mission, or do you think it's okay to leave it here? Yeah, let's do one more. Hang on. Hurry, stay Tangling, Waterfall Cave. Time for my short analyses now. Go ahead. Oh, they're A rank. Okay, I probably shouldn't do them. Stop running in the beach cave. Okay, no thank you. Hang on, what has the most jobs available? Drenched Bluff. Let's do Drenched Bluff. Please find... I'll give you a... My stomach is growling. What is with villains having us rule to be douches subordinates? Yeah, well... I wish I could tell you. I guess it's more of a symbol of, like, tyranny, like, the follow them because they're strong. But, like, once that strength is shown to fail them, they have nothing to support them. Yeah, I guess a lot of people are following in fear, you know what I mean? Please save my beloved Nidorina. Rescue Nidorina. Find a yellow gummy. Search for Starly. Okay. Oh. Hang on 1 second. You know what, it's actually 6 o'clock over here. I think what I'll do is, I think I will end the stream now so we can start doing quests just next time we start the stream. I don't do them much, I just kind of like yapping though. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. This wasn't meant to be that long of a stream actually, but hey, I guess I just enjoy playing the game and chatting. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll leave it here for today. Actually, we'll go by the watering hole instead. Unless it leads to that cafe scene. Oh, yeah, okay, it did lead. Okay, yeah. Let's finish on this then.
Oh, a customer, is it not? Good day, is it not? The new shop Spender's Cafe is now open. This wonderful shop is overflowing with hopes and dreams, is it not? Hopes and dreams? That's right! Hey, why not come in? Don't be shy. I don't really know about this. Want to find out? We have 2 guests.
I just says, why not protrusion's head looks like a fucking pompadour. Scar, for example, the whole hyena pack vice. Oh, in Lion King, you mean? Start with them, but blames it on them when things go south. Oh no, the whole thing is that he's a coward. Like, the hyenas! The hyenas did it! And think, okay, good job, man.
Wow, this place is big. Hello and welcome to Spinda's Cafe. My name is Spinda. I'm the owner of this cafe. This is a cafe for explorers who enjoy finding new things every day and who are constantly challenging themselves. A cafe for explorers? That's right. It's natural to want to refresh yourself with a hearty, delicious drink after exploring. So we are delighted to provide this service to explorers, and it will bring them happiness. Today is our grand opening. Allow me to show you around the premises. Oh my god, Apache Risu! Sagen Park! This is the juice bar. You undoubtedly collected gummies and apples during your explorations, am I right? Here, those edibles can become delicious drink sensations. I, Spinda, will take your ingredient and use my incredible skill to create a delectable drink for you. Should we inform the boss about these bad news? You crazy? They always kill the messenger. Good, they don't have to know. Great line. Hang on. That's a really? So we brought you an apple? You'd make some apple juice? Is that what you're saying? That's right. And look what happens to Hades. In what? In the game Hades? Or like the god Hades? Or like some other Hades? I don't know. The sort of character in Hades. Most of them named after the god. Or the Greek afterlife in general, which is also known as Hades. Oh, is that the line from Hercules? Oh, no, you're right. I remember now. Yeah, I think I've heard this line exactly before. But like, no, you're right. Leia, when like a pain and panic, isn't it? Pain and panic fuck up. I'm like, what doesn't know what hurt him? Yeah. Who was it who played Hades in those films? Because I know he's in Family Guy a lot as well. He was like a recurring character in Family Guy. James Woods. That was it, yeah. He was did a good job at Hades. While you're drinking a nutritious drink, you can sit back and share exploration stories. Here's the next facility. Oh god, I missed a mime. This is the centerpiece of our place, the recycle shop. I'll bet you have a bunch of items in storage that you picked up in your travels and have little use for, am I right? Sometimes you have to throw out extra items to make room. Doesn't that seem wasteful? I love that face. That's such a good face. There could be explorers in dungeons out there who are desperately in need of the very things you've locked in storage. So, that's what we thought too. That's why we established this facility. You can bring your extra items here and trade them for items you want. How does that sound? One Pokemon's trash is another Pokemon's treasure. Am I right? I thought it would be fun for explorers to gather and trade items with one another. You'll never have to throw out another item. You'll never have to say, what a waste. That's my goal. So, if you got a collection of items you don't need, please make use of our recycle shop. When you get a bonus prize ticket you can even get a bonus prize ticket when recycling items. It's a lot of fun. I know that was a whirlwind of a tour, but I hope you've got an idea of what kind of a place this is. Wow, seems like a really fun shop. Thank you very much! It is my goal to have a cafe of hopes and dreams where many explorers can gather. I hope to see you again soon here at Spinda's Cafe. Cool. Okay. There's a new scent.
Wow, this shop is incredible! It's like a paradise for explorers. Let's get go. Oh! You guys can hang out here! That's so cool! Okay, let's go find treasure. Let's go. That's so cool, though! Holy shit, that's awesome! I didn't know anything about this place. This is all new to Sky. I remember this being in a magazine.
I collected a bunch of apples, so I had some drinks made.
The drinks were so fresh and juicy and delicious. But that was it. I thought my belly would be filled and my head would be restored. It seems like a drink made from an apple or an arbor has no effect. Well, at any rate, it was delicious, so I'm not too disappointed. I wonder if there's an effect when you use a gummy.
You bring in your favorite ingredient, you can make a delicious drink made. What should I do? What should I do? Should I splurge on and have a drink made with my yellow gummy?
You can use a max elixir? Holy shit, okay. Okay, we'll use this later on. We're gonna go and save the game. And then we'll probably end stream. Oh.
Oh, LJ, were you just at the cafe? Perfect timing. The truth is, I have something to ask you. In the past, when you wanted to take some team members to explore,
they waited for you at this watering hole. That's what I was gonna say. I thought it was a watering hole, but never mind.
But now that the cafe's just opened, everyone's been saying they'd like to wait while relaxing at the cafe. I completely understand that. I mean, I understand how they feel. So, LJ, what do you think? Meet up with the team members?
Okay.
I'll make sure to let everyone know. Sure, everyone will be happy to hear that. Oh, I almost forgot.
You gonna tell me I can save here again?
There's a secret signpost here.
No.
I knew it! I'm sorry, LJ. I guess I should explain. If you ring the bell attached to the side, it'll come here from the guild. I'll come here from the guild. You can still assemble your exploration team here. So when you want to assemble your team, just ring this bell. But maybe you already did ring the bell and summon me here before and did assemble your team here. Regardless, you already carelessly answered my question with a no. Maybe you just wanted me to see...
Okay.
Maybe you just wanted to see what would happen if you answered with a no. Anyway, if you ring the bell here, your team will assemble. So try it sometime and see it.
I didn't fucking know. Why are you calling me out on this? Fucking asshole. Chimeco, you fucking bitch. Anyway, that's gonna be everything for today here. But why is Sinoc's health so low? Is that just because he's newly recruited and he'll get better stats as we go? Ugh. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today's stream. Thank you. I know I'm so tired now. I need to remember to stretch and stuff in streams. I need to do more stretching. It's good for you. No worries, Tiki. Thanks for coming by, my friend. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Righto. Yeah, I'll probably be back on, not on Wednesday. Wait, did I say Wednesday on the schedule? No, I didn't say Wednesday. Friday, most likely. Yes. Back on Friday, probably with Bambi. And then Saturday, I don't know what we're doing yet. I think maybe either this or maybe doing a singing stream just for a change. Yeah. Oh, speaking of singing, I just remembered Guilty Gear got a new character, like, released today, apparently. And I don't care. It's just Venom. Who cares about Venom? Venom's a boring character in Strive. Actually, Strive as a whole is a boring game. Man, I used to really like the game, and just as time's gone on, that game's just kind of annoyed me because it's a game with nothing in it. Which is a real shame, but I think the music's still great, so I'm going to listen to Venom's theme probably later on this evening. Anyway, thanks for coming by, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Keep well, stay safe, eat lots of good food, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, bye. 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 Oh, so Tiki, I'll learn some Spanish next time, so I can be like, Tiki, look what I learned, and then you can be like, oh, Dios míos! He said the thing! I gotta tell all my Argentinian friends about this! And then, I don't know, I'll get some viral clip of me talking Spanish one time, and then there'll be a bunch of people coming saying, hey, amigo! And then they'll be like, what are you talking? Oh, okay. And then I'll be forced to learn Spanish, and I'll be like, being like thrown into like the fucking fire, you know what I'm saying? Is that what the term is used? forced exposure therapy, and I'll basically learn Spanish by being like forced to learn it because there'll be a bunch of people in my chat asking for it. Oh, wait a second. I'm a man, and I'm a male VTuber. That will never happen. Anyway, have a good one, everyone. Keep well. Keep well. Have a good one. See you, Tiki. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Bye. Da, na. Na, 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 na.